Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm starting a little early. I'm just all ready. I was doing some work earlier today to make sure all my tech was working tip top, got all my updates and any tweaks I need to make and troubleshooting. Everything's working fine. So I'm figuring, why just sit around and just wait another 5-6 minutes when I could just come on 5 minutes early. So welcome. Yeah, whatever time it is right now, this is the time we start our live streams every Friday, whatever day this is for you, just starting a couple minutes early. So welcome everyone. Welcome all our viewers. Welcome Happy Fam. And if you're still there, Sarah, I'm glad you made it. You're done driving now and you're at your hotel, so you're able to join us on this live stream today. And Sweet Potato Sister, I see you commenting. I saw that you're having some car overheating issue. You put some coolant in your car and you hope that'll fix the problem. Hope so too. Hopefully you just needed to let the temperature cool down a little bit, put some more coolant in, and hopefully you're good. So if not, don't watch our live stream. As you said, you'll want to save your battery, your phone battery for calling people or AAA or whatever you might need to do. So hope you're doing well there, Sweet Potato Sister. That sucks. I always hate, who likes having car trouble, and but it's an inevitable part of driving, unfortunately. There's still no perfect car. It's like veganism, right? It's like, oh, cars debunked. Cars on occasion will overheat or get a flat tire, or the battery will die, or some part will age and not function properly. Cars debunked. Cars are like vegans. No, it's not like that at all. There's no such thing as a perfect car, and a vegan's going to step on a bug, or your car that you're driving might drive over a bug, or the car that you're a passenger in, or the bus you're a passenger in might drive over a bug. So, there's no such thing as perfection. So if cars aren't perfect, not sure why vegans have to be perfect too. So we'll see if Sarah Phelan, aka TikTok Beef Lady, or any of her fellow attorneys that she works with. I'll wait for Dr. Bear to get here. She did some sleuthing into this, Sarah Phelan, acknowledged that she has a law degree. She did 3 years of law. Therefore, she knows how to research super, super great. So anyway, Dr. Bear looked up her law firm and learned quite a bit. I'll just give a little spoiler now. Her law firm is some kind of I don't want to make this political. I'm just speaking as if I'm an alien from outer space describing what the alien, I'm the alien seeing things. It's some kind of far right, a law firm that specializes in trying to get the beef industry out of lawsuits that they're facing from local and federal agencies, like for polluting or whatever. Just if the beef industry breaks a law, her law firm is there to defend them. Say, no, the beef industry is so amazing. It has every right to break these laws that protect the citizens. So it's a crazier tale than I could have imagined. So I'll wait for Dr. Bear to come say some more about that. Hey, Dana's Bananas, good to see you. Thank you so much for our first and hopefully our not last super chat tip of the evening. Hey, we got one right before the top of the hour because I'm still 2 minutes early now, Dana. So technically, this is the quickest super chat I ever got because it came negative 2 minutes into the live stream. So thanks so much. Let's see. What's that vein moment? You avoid worms and ants when possible. I mean, if I don't have to step on a worm or an ant, I won't, right? Why? If you have a choice, right, I'm not going to step on the worm. I'll take a step to the left and avoid the worm, right? Yeah. When possible, but have probably sent more to Valhalla than you'd care to admit. Exactly. It's just part of living. Just is accidental, unintentional harm. But yeah, if you can not step on a bug, of course, vegans and just any non-sociopathic person would want to not step on a bug as well, right? If given the choice, even if they don't like the bugs, they probably don't want the gooey goop to get on them or what have you. Hey, Inner Bison, how's it going, Inner Bison? I just saw that you are you a new member or did you renew? I wasn't sure. I saw our bot gave you a shout out before the live stream started. Inner Bison said, just as a heads up here, I might be changing my YouTube name soon. I've been getting trolled by meat eaters when it comes to my name. People think I eat bison. Wow. I will let you all know when I change. Don't even bother. Who cares what they think? You know, you could just laugh at them for being stupid and just assuming that, you know, whatever they're assuming about you. So, but if you want to change it, totally cool too. But I wouldn't change it just because confused low IQ meat eaters are confused when they see your name. I mean, they're just these low IQ meat eaters. I'm not saying all meat eaters are low IQ. I'm just saying the ones that are confused are the low IQ ones. I'm sure the regular IQ and higher ones probably don't get as confused by your screen name. It's the Allison. I'm celebrating getting a practicum placement last minute. It works out perfect. What is that? I have no idea what you're talking about there, Allison. Let us know what you're enjoying there. Latifa, how's it going? How's everyone's day? Yeah, mine is going decently well so far. Yeah, Danny, you're ahead of the night as far as the super chat tip went there. Hey, Heidi, how's it going, Heidi? So we'll see what happens tonight. I invited in the comments from our YouTube comments people throughout the past 7 days, this past week, that left stupid, silly comments justifying their fixation on injuring, exploiting animals needlessly. So we'll see if any of them come. Or once I just said, hey, you don't look all that healthy. Like, come and tell me how I've seen a man's picture. You can divine their blood tests and stuff like that. You can just look at a man and know, oh, his B12 is good, but his globulin is not great. I'm just kind of curious how they know what's going on just by seeing someone's photograph. I mean, imagine how awesome that would be. You could take them into places where, you know, like where there's a lot of sick people. You need to get their health judged, evaluated quickly. You don't have time for a blood test. It takes time to send the labs. You just can instantly have this dude come and say, oh, this kid is healthy, this kid's sick. It'd be an amazing, you know, that guy would like win Nobel Prizes or something like that. I doubt Beef Lady will show up, V. I really doubt it. I mean, if you're watching TikTok Beef Lady, yeah, this is not really a platform for debate. I saw Graven, one of our longtime viewers, tell her to come, that I debate people Fridays. I don't really debate. I don't really like that term. I just do what I do in what I used to do in philosophy school, you know, undergrad and grad. Present your argument. If you want to come here, TikTok Beef Lady, come here and you present we'll discuss. You brought up a bunch of nonsense, how you have to eat meat in order to be healthy. We can discuss that one. Or we discuss how you're cherry picking these bizarre definitions of veganism that allow vegan hunters, and you know, it's just a diet, it's just food. Anything you want to come and discuss, TikTok Beef Lady, present your best argument, your best example, and just defend it as if your life depended on it, because you're an attorney, right, TikTok Beef Lady? So argue your point, argue it clearly and strongly, and I promise you I will treat you fairly and look at your argument or example as objectively as possible, and then do my patented critical thinking breakdown and see if what you're saying holds any water in a logical sense, or is it just full of holes. Okay, Allison, so let's see. What were you doing there? It's like an internship. Okay, you need to do 3 weeks of accounting/bookkeeping unpaid so you can get your certificate in that. Awesome. And you get your certificate at the end of the month. You went to a bunch of places with your resume, and most of them are saying they'd get back to you in a week, but you need to start on Monday. I mean, you're starting on Monday, or you need to start on Monday. But anyway, congrats, Allison. That's awesome. I'm glad your career is progressing there. It was stressful because you need 3 weeks, which is exactly Monday, June 12th, June 30th, and June 30th is the last day you have. Wow. Heidi would rather be known as Vegan Girl than Beef Lady, or even TikTok Beef Lady. Okay, Inner Bison, you're saying even vegans get confused by your name at first. But the meat eaters keep trolling even once they know you're vegan. Your actual name is Andrew, and you're going to incorporate that into your new YouTube name. Yeah, that's good. There's no connotation that Andrew means you are into meat or something like that. So if you want to get rid of that potential or very actual confusion that people are having with your name, Andrew, go for it. As long as you haven't built your brand around bison or anything, which you probably haven't, you're probably cool. Username. You're that person that just creates new accounts every week, right? Just stop trolling us. I can tell the way that you type, the frequency in which you ask questions. You just have a certain thing about you that's just super identifiable. So if you want to ask a real question, do it. But if you just keep trolling with the same nonsense, I'm gonna time you out again or block you. Hey, vegan metalhead, you got blocked by someone who had a morgue of a freezer on Twitter. It was a badge of honor. What's that? You got blocked by someone who had a morgue of a freezer. What did you say to this person with the morgue of a freezer? That's probably why you got blocked. Well, congratulations. They probably, they probably deserved what you said to them, I'm guessing. Hey, Peter, what's going on? You're definitely now going to the UK to see your grandparents, see friends, and vegan camp out. Awesome, Peter. Cool. I know you've been talking about camp out for a long time. When's that happening? I know you told me before, and I saw the videos you sent me. I saw that one has Moby and a carnivore doctor on the front. One says vegan, one says not. Like, yeah, one is a bodybuilder of like 3 or 4 decades, and the other is a techno musician who's not a bodybuilder. I mean, for the meat eater, they could have showed someone like Chris Kresser or some skinny musician. Like, it just makes no sense. It's like, oh, so if you're vegan, you'll be really skinny, despite, there's vegan weightlifters in the Olympics, vegan bodybuilders like Nimai Delgado. No, they picked Moby, who's probably never lifted a weight once in his life, and you compare that with a guy with 4 years of bodybuilding experience, and you think, oh, it's only the diet. It has nothing to do with the training. So disingenuous, and I might make a response to that video, Peter, but I'm just going to talk about the thumbnail, because that's all you need to know. How stupid and deceitful these effing idiots are. Like, oh, if you eat meat, you just sit around on the couch and you magically turn jacked. But if you're vegan, despite going to the gym 5 times a week and your muscles shrivel up into nothing, it's just complete bull crap. I don't even need to watch the video. You know that person is disingenuous and full of crap. God. Okay, Latifah, looks like you have a question. If you live in a non-vegan household, but I don't eat animal products, are you wrong to tolerate the fact they eat meat? I mean, you got to do what you got to do, Latifah. I mean, let's look at the definition of veganism here. That's not the definition of veganism. Hang on one second here. Let's take a look at the definition of veganism. So if you guys are playing along, drink, get your water, your tequila, whatever your thing is. Let's have a drink here. It's a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude as far as possible and practicable all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So you're doing what you should be doing, right? You're not consuming the animal products. But as far as possible and practical, you got roommates. Like, what can you, it's not possible or practical to say, hey, I'm a vegan, and therefore my fellow roommates, you cannot have animal products in this household, despite you guys paying rent, utilities, and all that stuff. I mean, no, I mean, it doesn't say anything that you can't live with people who aren't vegan, or at least following a plant-based diet, Latifah. I mean, you're doing what you should be doing. All veganism is about what you can do. It really doesn't say anything about what your friends can or can't do, or your roommates or anything, your family. It's about you. You are in control of you. So I wouldn't worry about that one. But yeah, it might be a bummer, obviously, to see them chomping down on dead animal bits, obs. But I mean, unless you're rich enough to live by yourself or buy your own house, I mean, just do what you can and not consume animal products. Hey, it's Uncle here. Uncle's here. Yay. Uncle, will steroids make you jacked? I know. I don't. If you just sit on the couch and don't work out, I know. But apparently eating meat makes you jacked. That's what we've learned here. Let me pull up that thumbnail 1 second, guys. Let me see if I have it here. One second. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, here it is. Copy. And all right, 1 second. Let me go to a web browser tab here. And then just look at this. Look how stupid this is. Debunking the vegan diet myth. Side effects exposed. They have Moby up top. And I didn't want to mention that dude's name. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Why contrast Moby with Dr. Faker for? I'm not making this response here to say anything bad about Faker. I'm just going, Why? What does that have to do with anything? So if you're vegan, you're going to be non-jacked, and if you're a meat eater, you just get jacked. Despite Faker having been, like I said, into bodybuilding and weight training for 3 or 4 decades, Moby's been a musician for 3 or 4 decades. I never heard of him like making a thing. Yeah, man, I'm so jacked. I go to the gym all the time. I'm doing a Moby accent there. I mean, that's all you got to see. How disingenuous this video by High Intensity Health is. I mean, instead of Moby's photo there, why did they put like say Nimai Delgado if you want to compare bodybuilder to bodybuilder? I don't understand. Why compare bodybuilder to techno musician? I mean, I could look at this thumbnail and go, really, if you're vegan, you're going to make really cool music? Cool, I want to be vegan. But no, if you're trying to appeal to your average dumb young guy, oh, I don't want to look like that skinny bald guy. I want to look like the big bald guy, the jack bald guy, something like that. I don't understand. It's just so ridiculous. So yeah, eat meat, sit on the couch, don't do anything, you'll get jacked. And if you're vegan, despite training for decades, like say Nimai Delgado, you'll look like Moby. They could pick David Carter, Brian Turner. David Carter's the guy who was in the NFL. I mean, there's so many people they could have picked. Comparing a musician with a bodybuilder of 4 decades is so disingenuous. I don't even think I have to make a video response to this, because this is all you need to know. You just know this video is just full of crap. And how dare they, right, Corvid Moon, how dare they try to paint Moby in a negative light? He's a great musician. But he's not a bodybuilder. Are you watching Mr. What's your name? High Intensity Health? Moby is not a bodybuilder. So if you're watching Mr. High Intensity Health, can you explain why you're comparing a non-bodybuilder, a little tiny dude? He's like a little dude, doesn't work out, doesn't care about that kind of stuff, because that's not his job. He's not an influencer in that realm. He makes freaking music. He's a musician. Are all musicians jacked? I'm sure I could find you really easily, High Intensity Health, some really non-jacked musicians who have physiques similar, if not worse, than Moby's. It's like, anyway, anyway, let's move on from that. The video's even worse, but I don't even want to watch it anymore. It's just painful to see this thumbnail to try to, Moby, the only reason why he's so skinny is because he's vegan. No, it's because he's not a freaking bodybuilder. What's the thing? Like, no, you have to work out, and you have to do it consistently for a long time to get jacked. You just don't get jacked by sitting on the couch eating meat. You don't get jacked just by producing music in a studio. So stupid. So stupid. So pains me how people are just so deceitful, so obviously deceptive. Lucci finally caught a live stream. Time zones. Where are you at, Lucci? Are you in Italy or Europe somewhere by any chance? Just curious, because I know the time I come on is really not that great for people in Europe. But I don't know, a few of you guys watch, so I thank you guys for staying up late or waking up early and joining me here. So anyway, I'm sure I missed, they could have showed Patrick Baboumian, right? Roku, why didn't they show Patrick Baboumian? Why are they showing Moby? Again, if you want this comparison, Mr. What's your name again? High Intensity Health, you want an apples to apples comparison, you compare a music producer to a music producer, or a bodybuilder / strongman to a bodybuilder / strongman. You don't compare a musician. And remember, musicians don't need to be jacked. Most musicians don't look anything like a jacked person. Now, there's some mobs, but that's not a requirement to be a good musician. You compare musician to musician, jacked meat eater to jacked vegan if you want. If you want to, those are even stupid comparisons anyway to make. But to this one is just completely, are you just completely stupid, or are you just trying to make some kind of sensationalistic thumbnail that's going to capture the minds or the attention of just would-be like guys that want to think they're macho or something like that? And you have to do it by shaming Moby at the same time, who's a completely nice, 100% decent person. I'm sure a billion times more decent than High Intensity Health. I can tell you're being deceitful and lying here, and I've never seen Moby be deceitful or lying, so I already can tell you're a piece of crap in comparison to him. Anyway, let's move on. Peter, you'll definitely not be on all of next week. I could be in the forest at a vegan camp out in British Columbia, and I probably won't have access to any, even cell service. Okay, Peter, awesome. You are living a life, man, unlike me. Well, have fun, Peter. I'll make sure Uncle, are you going to be around next week, Uncle? Okay, Lucci, you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, so you're 3 hours ahead, so it's 9:15 there. Yeah, it's a little late on the East Coast, but I try to come on at a time where it's not too late. It's like when the NBA games come on at 6. It's a little early for West Coast, a little late for East Coast, so hopefully it works out. How do I feel about psychedelics? Yeah, I need to take some again. It's been a long time. I need to get my brain rewired differently. So yeah, it's been a while, but yeah, I used to do them more in the 1990s, like magic mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms. I'm kind of not into like ones that needed to be created using weird chemicals and underground laboratories by chemists of unknown ethics and skill. So yeah, mushrooms just grow out of the soil. That's my fave. Anyway, Peter, yeah, if we can get a cat sitter, we'll go camping again. But honestly, if we can find a cat sitter that I trust, I think my next trip will just be to go to Hawaii and check out, Big Island and stuff. So I'm not sure if and when I'll see Catalina ever again. But that's okay. I'll give up one island for another island and live on that island for the rest of my life, hopefully. Lolo, it just naturally, true meat helps muscle. What are you saying there? True meat makes you jacked? Is that what you're saying? That's what's going on here, Lolo? Is that how you're trying to say? So you're saying this thumbnail is not dishonest in any way, shape, or form? Even though they're comparing a bodybuilder of, just sink this in, like 3 or 4 decades of bodybuilding. I don't think I've been lifting 4 years, let alone 4 decades. Comparing it to Moby, who doesn't bodybuild. So you're saying this thumbnail is not being deceitful or anything like that. It's totally on the up and up. This is a totally fair comparison. The reason for the primary cause of the difference between the two gentlemen's opinions on the right is the diet. It has nothing to do with training for decades versus no training ever. So you're saying this is true, Lolo? Is that what you're saying? I know what you're saying. So you're saying this thumbnail is not deceitful in any way. You're saying this thumbnail is completely on the up and up. The primary variable responsible for the difference between the two gentlemen on the right is diet, rather than decades or lack of decades of resistance training. Answer me. No, you're not saying that. Okay, great, because not. Hey, Carol Vegan 94 EC, thank you so much for that super chat tip there. Thank you for your hard work and good vibes. Well, appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. PLN, Poland? Is that where you're at there? Carol Vegan 94. Just curious. Trying to figure out where that, what that denomination is. Hey, Graven. Good to see you, Graven. The vegan metalhead. I love being vegan. As a musician, I don't need to be jacked. Exactly. You don't need to be jacked as a musician. Exactly. Don't need to be jacked, Moby. Unless you want to. You can just do it, but you don't need to be jacked as a musician. And you work 2 jobs. So, Lucci, since you asked about magic... Oh, we got the super chat yell there. All right. For $5 and more. Let's see. From Carol Vegan. So Lucci's saying magic mushrooms are interesting experience. I used to use LSD a lot in the past and would often take heroic dose. If I'm going to take a heroic dose of anything, I'd rather have it be psilocybin mushrooms. They're so much better. Not made by some weird chemist. You can actually know how much you're taking, more or less. Like LSD is, I shouldn't know all this stuff, but I do. Like psilocybin, it's measurable in milligrams. So LSD is way more minute than that. It's measured in micrograms. So unless you have a really skilled chemist, it's hard to measure. Is it 100 micrograms? Is it 500 micrograms? Because it's a huge difference. 100 micrograms, all right, cool, little trip. 500 micrograms, it's heroic dose. So anyway, yeah, mushrooms, and they last way less. Who wants to be tripping for 12 hours? Mushrooms 3, 4, 5 odd hours as opposed to the 9 to 12 hours of LSD. So many more advantages. Not recommending or promoting these things. I'm just reflecting on my experiences and my thoughts, because I did a bit of that stuff in the 90s. Hey, Graven, the vegan wrestler is winning. The guy that you put in your TikTok video. I remember you told me about some of these vegan wrestlers. I didn't fully realize it until I saw that video of yours. So thanks for sharing me on that. Yeah, Peter, good point. It costs $3,500 to buy the new Apple Vision Pro goggles, take some magic mushrooms, or even less than that. But it's a whole different thing. It's apples and oranges there. Yeah, you can't really control your computer with mushrooms. Or can you? But yeah, I'm with you, Justin. LSD is scary. You just don't know what it is. Mushrooms, you know what it is, and you know how much it is. LSD, who knows? You know, it's just, I'd rather just eat a plant. You know, it's just vegan, you know? So what is your point, Lolo? I saw, yeah, the carnivores having a field day, sharing some photo of Robert Downey Jr. Looking thin, and there's no context. So is he dropping weight for a role? You know, actors do that. They put on weight, they lose weight. So what is your point? Let's say Robert Downey Jr. is vegan. I don't know if he is. He started something like that, and he looks old. What is that? What does that mean? Are you saying because one guy might look old after being vegan for like a year or so? Like, how long has he been vegan? You know, I mean, let's just put it in perspective, Lolo. I've been vegan way longer than Robert Downey Jr. And so has, like, say, Vegan Zombie. Have you ever seen Chris, a Vegan Zombie? He's old like me. Isn't he close to 50? I'm 55. And we don't look particularly like haggard and old for our age or anything like that. So if you found one actor who's been vegan for like a few months or a year or two, and he looks old, probably due to some role he's trying to act out, you know, he's going to star in. What is your point? What is the point you're trying to make there? Why'd you even bring that up, Lolo? Okay, Graven point. Okay, I don't even know what he's talking about. Black Panther actor lost weight because he had cancer. You effing idiot, Lolo. You don't know people's lives. Well, he's vegan and he lost weight. Therefore, veganism debunked. I mean, or he looks old. Yeah, cancer. It doesn't matter if you're vegan or not. I mean, you're going to look worse from the cancer experience and treatment. How old is Chris Cooney? You guys know Chris or Vian Moyman, Chris Murphy? How old is Chris Cooney, aka Vegan Zombie? Just curious. I mean, I haven't seen him for a while. Last time I remember he was like in his 40s. For all I know, he's probably close to 50 now, if not 50. Travis, am I watching the game? Is the NBA Finals Game 4 tonight? I'm not really that interested. I'm not really a fan of the Nuggets or the Heat. Not to say I dislike either team. I just not really all that interested. I'll just probably watch the 10-minute highlights on YouTube later on if I really care to. You know, that's cool. I mean, yeah, I watch some basketball, but I don't watch a lot. It takes a long time. Basketball games are time sucks. They're 2.5 hours minimum, you know, as if there's no overtime or anything like that. So yeah, it's a long time. I'd rather like work on music or something like that. I'll just watch the highlights. I'm not that emotionally invested in it. Yeah, if the Lakers are in it, yeah, sure, I'd be watching it right now probably. Chris is 47 or 48. Oh, Travis saying Chris Vegan Zombie is 71. Well, I didn't realize he aged like 30 years in the past 4 years. Well, veganism really debunked, huh? Wow, Chris Vegan Zombie aged 4 years in the past. He has aged 40 years in the past 4 years. Anyway, troll alert. Should we ban Lolo? What do you think? Is this that same person that comes? You want to just block him, Uncle? He's that same person that comes back. I see a question about my hair. I thought I saw something there about my hair. Lucci, I'm planning to grow my hair back out. Well, I'm not going to grow it out to like hippie length or anything anymore. I just don't think it's thick enough anymore. Not because I'm vegan, because I'm 55 to make it look as good as I did when I was 45, but I am going to grow it out. I'm going to grow the front out more too. Just maybe have the front down to here instead of up to here. I don't know. I have some old photos of me from the 90s. I kind of maybe I could do that again. My hair is kind of like this, but just longer in the front. We'll see. But yeah, I'm planning to do some hair growth. But I mean, it's planning. I'm just going to let it grow and try to get the front the way I want it. All right, thanks, Uncle. Thank you so much, Uncle. I don't need some a-hole coming here picking on some guy who had cancer and criticizing his appearance. What a low-life scumbag you are, Lolo. I know who you are. You're ANCAP. And yeah, create another account. And next time we won't give you the honor of even referring to you or acknowledging you. I'll just give Uncle a little wink or something like that silently, and Uncle will just block you, okay? VL now, footage of jerky? What are you talking about? Sarah, wow, you got inch-long hair now. I thought I remember you talking about that on our last live stream or our video premiere. An inch long. What are you going to do, Sarah? That's getting serious. Are you going to get a hair trimming, or are you going to let it grow out to maybe 1.25 inches? Yeah, Graven. I didn't see Andrew's comment. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, Andrew, Veg92. It's so funny when meat eaters have to bring up age as their argument against veganism. Just shows how weak their position is when they have to turn to that to debunk veganism. Yeah, as Graven acknowledges, right, Andrew? People age if they're lucky, meaning if you don't age, means you can't age because you are no longer living. Only living things can age. I mean, yeah, we age. Where do they get that vegans don't get older, like we're frozen in time or something like that? Our faces and appearances get frozen when you go vegan? I mean, that's just ridiculous. Uncle, your hair is about 3 years long, meaning you haven't cut it in 3 years? Wow, I gotta see that. Let's see. VL now says the video of the stream is jerking for him. It looks fine for me. Let me know if anyone else is experiencing the video quality of this live stream as jerky, as VL now describes it as. I'm looking on my, let me see here. It looks like the quality could be a little higher. Let me see if I can bump it up here. This looks kind of low. Oh, that looks more crisp. Anyway, okay, looks fine. No, okay, VL now. It sounds like you're having a problem just on your side there. I would suggest refreshing your browser. Maybe if you're in a browser, restart that tab, or even the browser itself, quit it and start it again. If you're using an app on a mobile device, maybe close the app and start it again. But yeah, everyone else is experiencing no issues. I fixed it. I didn't do anything. I just bumped my resolution up for the video quality. It shouldn't affect you. It won't affect you. Just for me. It went as good as soon as I clicked. Well, I call that false cause and effect. I didn't cause anything on your end. I just bumped it up here. YouTube has given me on my little admin of this web stream, like 140p or something like that. I just upped it to 360p. Janice Clark, I didn't have dinner yet. It's still a little early here. I'll have dinner after the live stream, but thanks for asking. Lucci, your hair is about 12 inches straightened, about 8 inches when you leave your curls. Yeah, mine's kind of curled right now. I didn't blow dry it out, so it would be a little longer if I, pulled it down and straightened it and stuff like that. But anyway, just gotta do its thing, Misty, you gotta find a vegan cell phone now. Yeah, unfortunately, my phone is not vegan. I asked my phone, but it just cannot take a position on a moral issue. My phone will not say if it's against animal cruelty or exploitation. I can't make my phone vegan. I'm just joking there, just trying to be funny. So I don't know what's for dinner, Uncle. Maybe some more Panda Express after the live stream, or some of the Tuscan kale pilaf from the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Those are the two things that we were kind of just throwing around earlier today, but yeah, we didn't make any decisions. Hey, Janice Clark, welcome, and hello, VLAM, and Jesse 12 String, if I haven't said hi to you guys yet tonight. Vegan chili over rice, that sounds pretty good. Oh, Angie heard me. Zombie is in his late 40s. Yeah, I was wondering if he's like 49 or 50 yet. I was wondering if he's hitting the big 50 yet. Is he part of the 50 over club yet or anything? But it's all a moot point. It was just a troll saying some nonsense about how some vegan actor who is fighting cancer, how this actor's appearance looks kind of old. It's like, wow, what a troll. Biscuits and gravy, that's some good southern food there. Yeah, my family on my mom's side, some Arkansas, so I've had my share of some biscuits and gravy. Hey, if you can share with me your vegan gravy recipe, maybe Angie and I could, Angie knows how to make it though. Angie's made me biscuits and gravy too. So maybe we can do that one day, Angie. Just maybe on my birthday or something, you can make me some biscuits and gravy. An old family, I wouldn't call it a recipe, but just like a tradition of sorts. My grandma made it, my mom makes it or made it, I mean, she's not dead yet like her grandma, but my mom doesn't make it for me anymore. I don't think she even makes it for herself, but it still is a tradition. VLAM, yeah, Graven actually invited TikTok Beef Lady to this live stream. I really doubt she will come. So if she pops up, let me know. Hey, Ross Malachi, how's it going? Well, I didn't hear that about Dolph Lundgren, Ivan Drago, Giovanni. Cool, Travis. A lot of the new Android phones are coming with vegan leather backs. People loving them. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, Peter, I kind of remember, I think you told us this before. Let me read it again. Somebody once thought Chris Vegan Zombie was old and said, oh, you look old. You're probably like 35. When he's like, yeah, 45 plus. Like, yeah, these people are so dumb. They think they know so much. They'll just try to insult you when, in fact, they're unintentionally complimenting you. They're so dumb. I'm surprised no one's come yet, despite the title of this live stream provoking people to come and just share with us why they hate vegans. So many people hate vegans. Like, why aren't they coming? Is YouTube not sharing this stream with the anti-vegan crew or anything? It seems like, that doesn't. How could that be? There's so many anti-vegans out there. Yeah, it's been a few years, Angie, since you made me that biscuits and gravy. I miss that. They shouldn't have mentioned that gravy. You got me thinking about biscuits and gravy now. I had totally forgotten about it. Seriously. Oh, they're saying the cancer was because of steroid use back in the 80s. Yeah, probably before the actor was ever vegan, right? Anyway, who knows? Bottom line is as long as we don't pass on, as long as we don't die, we age. Vegans age, non-vegans age, vegetarians age, sun gazers, whatever that is. What's that called when you don't eat? I don't know. Everyone ages. There's no way to not age unless you no longer exist. Lucci, your best friend told you that veganism is a cult. If it is, it's the best and only cult you have ever been in. Yep, we're a cult. We have a leader. I'm the cult leader, Lucci. I don't know if you know that. Tell your friends your friend was right. I mean, you probably laughed at your dumb friends, but say, no, you're right. Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, he stepped up. He heard that veganism's a cult, but we couldn't find it. So I'm stepping up. I am the vegan cult leader. I take full responsibility for the vegan cult, and I'm the boss of veganism as the vegan cult leader. So anyway, it's all cool. Breatharians. Thank you, Peter. I knew there was a better name than sun gazers. Breatharians. Even whatever you do, you age, unless you are no longer with us. John, why does my stream have so many meat-related ads? I have no idea. The ads I've seen for our channel generally tend to not be meat-related. Maybe it's because you watch a lot of meat-related stuff, and it's just serving you ads that are personalized for your interests, probably rather than what our channel's values are. YouTube's in the business of making money, so they know who you are. They track you through all your viewings, everything you watch here. If you like a bunch of meat stuff, doesn't matter what you're watching, you'll probably see some meat ads wherever you go. Herkel says nobody hates vegans. Oh, plenty of people hate vegans. I've had people tell me they hate all vegans and they hate me. So what are you talking about? I say nobody. It's really easy to disprove that when you leave no wiggle room there, Herkel. You've never seen such a thing? Well, try pretending you're vegan for a few days and go on social media and say, hey, I'm vegan, and see if you get some people hurling hate at you, Herkel. I mean, if you don't believe there's vegan hate, all you need to do is let's go browse the web, and there's crap like this right here. Debunking the vegan diet myth, putting some jacked meat eater influencer versus Moby, who's a vegan. Like, that's vegan hate right there, trying to shame Moby for not being jacked. But Moby is a musician. He is not a bodybuilder. He's not a health influencer or a fitness influencer. He's a techno musician. This is one example of vegan hate right there. Hating on Moby, trying to say the reason why he's not jacked is because he's vegan. No, the reason he's not jacked is because he's not training to be jacked, as opposed to the meat influencer. He's been bodybuilding or weight training, resistance training for 3 or 4 decades. Not years, decades. 30 plus years. Moby, 0 years. So this is an example of vegan hate. They're shaming Moby for his appearances and blaming it on his diet. They're not comparing apples to apples. Why are you comparing a techno musician with a meat influencer who's been bodybuilding for 30 years? You should compare bodybuilder to bodybuilder. Put Nimai Delgado up there. Nimai Delgado has an amazing jacked body, less body fat than this meat dude has too. More, just what was considered more of a perfect physique. So right here is one example of vegan hate right there. It's not criticism, John. This is hate. This is they're trying to say Moby has this horrible appearance and it's because he's vegan. If Moby were to eat meat, he'd look like the guy who has been weight training for 3 decades. This is hate right there. And it's deceptive as well. Optics, no, it's deceptive. It's a lie. It's a lie. This is a complete lie, John and Herkel. This is a complete lie to put this comparison here. Why didn't they put Nimai Delgado, who has a better physique than the meat dude? Why Moby for? He's not a bodybuilder. If they had Moby here, okay, they could leave Moby, but compare Moby to a meat-eating musician. Like, pick your favorite meat-eating non-vegan musician. I don't know, John Mayer or something. I don't know, pick a musician. Anyone, Taylor Swift, whatever. This is ridiculous. Why aren't we comparing musicians? Like, this has nothing. This is ridiculous. This is completely irrelevant. Yeah, call it what it is. It's complete bullshit. Compare bodybuilders to bodybuilders. Moby's not a bodybuilder, but they're trying to say the reason why he looks like he does is because the reason why he's not jacked is only because of his diet, despite him bodybuilding like for decades. No, he doesn't. He doesn't give a crap. Most people don't want to look like a bodybuilder. For a lot of people, they think it's a ridiculous look and a waste of time. And for some people, they love doing that. And cool. Everyone should be able to pursue whatever they want to do. And if Moby wants to be a techno musician and work hard at that, good for him. It's his free choice in this world. Vienna, you're saying this is a criticism. Please explain to me how this is a criticism. Be very clear here. What is the criticism? State it as clearly as possible. What is the criticism here of Moby? Tell me. I'm just talking about this thumbnail. I'm not even talking about the shitty content of the video. I'm just talking about this deceptive thumbnail. How is this the criticism of veganism? Be very clear, John and VL now. I'm not going to let you off the hook. You said this is a criticism, not hate. Please explain to me how this is a valid criticism of veganism. I'm listening. So I'm going to put everyone else on hold here until VL now and John explain how this is a criticism of veganism. Explain it to me, because I don't see it. John, no, I'm going to put you in a timeout or block you. Tell me how this is criticism. Tell me how this is a valid form of criticism, a truthful form of critiquing veganism. And I'm going to wait for you guys to answer me. Please be very clear. But explain to me how this, I could have put Keith Richards up there, right? Moby versus Keith Richards, right? So explain to me how this is a valid, sincere, honest form of vegan criticism. So don't time him out yet, Peter. If he comes back and doesn't answer this question, Peter, then yes, time him out or ban him, either of them. So please, VLAM, they're being intellectually dishonest at the least. They willfully misguide their audience because there's a market for vegan hate. Exactly. This caters to the pre-existing demand and market for vegan hate. So John is already timed out. So it's up to a VL now. An opinion of what? Opinion of what? How is it? Okay, a hateful opinion. This is a hateful explain. This is okay. Let me put you up here. How is this? What is the? Okay, tell me what the opinion is here. Comparing a bodybuilder of 3 or 4 decades to a techno musician, and how this relates to veganism. Because I don't see it. So be very clear, VL. Now you're on thin ice here. You're not answering my question. How is this a criticism of veganism? Comparing a techno musician to a bodybuilder and saying the difference is diet. How is that an opinion? Because it's not. So we're going to wait for you one more time, VL, now to answer how this is a criticism of veganism. Yeah, Herkel even gets it. Yeah, Moby's been a shrimp since forever. The 90s, yeah, it's just genetic. It's not even genetic, it's not his pursuit. If Moby's been bodybuilding since the 90s, he'd probably look a lot different now in 2023, right? Mr. Faker has been bodybuilding since the 90s. I'm sure he wasn't born jacked, right? So anyway, and there's genetic factors as well. And there's, testosterone, steroids, stuff like that as well. That could be at play. I'm not saying they are, but there's other things that can make a person jacked other than eating meat doesn't make a person jacked. Okay, Vienna, you're not answering my question. So shall we just time them out now? I asked you very clearly. Explain to me how comparing a techno musician to a jacked meat influencer is a valid criticism of veganism. A sincere. How is this to say anything bad about veganism? All they're saying is, look at Moby looks like crap. Look at this puny little man. It's because he's vegan. If he weren't vegan, he'd look like the other gentlemen below him. This is trolling. This is expressing negativity and shame onto Moby. This is hate. This is basically drawing attention to Moby in a light, saying, look at this guy. He's all horrible looking. It's shaming his looks. Appearance shaming. This is the rules that get you banned from our channel here. It's a personal attack. It's harassment. It's ageism. It's all this hateful stuff in rule number 1. So I gave you every opportunity to come back and tell me how this is valid criticism of veganism. What does this have to do with veganism? What does the fact that a 50-something techno musician doesn't bodybuild have anything to do with veganism being unhealthy? Because that's what the title is, debunking the vegan diet myths, side effects exposed. So the side effect of being vegan is you have no muscle. Yeah, Graven makes a good point. Moby isn't going to sleep with them or cuddle with them, so why does it matter anyone what this body looks like? It's just ridiculous nonsense that can't be defended. I asked you guys you anti-vegans, direct questions, how this is some kind of honest or real form of vegan criticism without being hateful of Moby, and you guys couldn't answer it because it is. You're comparing a techno musician to a multi-decade bodybuilder and saying the primary difference between their physiques is a vegan diet. So disingenuous, so deceitful. It doesn't have an ounce of truth anywhere in it. Nothing. Complete crap. AJ will cuddle with Moby. Yeah, see, here's the thing. It's this myth that all people are attracted to jacked bodies. I mean, if that were true, I mean, like, you know, K-pop guys would all look like Mr. Faker there on the bottom. They don't. They look more like me. They're strong but lean. You know, girls. Yeah, let me tell you. I know what ladies typically enjoy. You know, I've very rarely met a female, a lady, a girl who says, I need guys that look super jacked. No, they just like guys that just they're, you know, like fit. They don't want. They don't. I don't. Most girls think it looks kind of weird, but. You know what that does appeal to? The being all jacked appeals to young guys. So it's a way for guys like Faker and what's his name here, high intensity health, to attract other males, particularly younger, more impressionable males, to make them believe this is what dudes are like. You have to be jacked, and if you look like Moby, you're somehow a fail. If you look like a musician, you're a fail. You have to look like a jacked dude, no matter what. What's that, John? It's not that he looks weaker than the bodybuilder. He also looks weaker than most normal meat eaters. Normal meat eaters, I mean, he's a little musician. I mean, he's just a little dude. And he's probably not that athletic. Last I heard, he's not really in athletics. I mean, does he look weaker than Keith Richards or something like that? I mean, what is that? How does that make a difference? I mean, who cares? We can find meat eaters. I mean, you're saying he looks weaker than your average meat eater. Well, that means there's meat eaters who are on the lower end of looking strong too. So we can find a comparable meat eater that has the same kind of physique as Moby. So what does that prove? It just proves if you're not into strength training, if you don't have great genetics, you can look weaker than average. You can be weaker than average. There's an average. Yeah, Moby's on the lower side of average, but who cares? That's not his passion. I don't think it is. If you can find me in an interview where Moby says, I work out all the time and it's my passion, I'm bodybuilding, I've been bodybuilding for decades. All right, then you've just disproved everything I said. But who cares? What does it have to do with anything? That there's some people, vegan and non-vegan, who are weaker than average. Because remember, averages, you know, there's a spectrum from lowest to highest. There's average. That means there's going to be people be below average, both vegan and non-vegan. So what? What point are you trying to make? What point are you trying to make there, John? I have no idea what you're trying to make. Yeah, all you've established is that there's something called average, and some people are above average strength, and some are below average strength, whether you're vegan or not. What is your point, John? You're saying stuff, but you're not making any sense. Yeah, Tim Schultz, good point. Normal meat eaters, meaning your average person, 2 out of 3 meat eaters walking around the United States and most developed countries are overweight or obese. That's normal for a meat eater. Yeah, Graven points out. Let's look at Moby here. Look at him. Oops, I hit the wrong button here. Moby up there in the top right. Let's look at him. Most men that are Moby's age, as Graven rightfully points it out, look pregnant. Those beer belly men also love bacon. So what's the point? So it's okay to be overweight, because remember, your average adult male, Moby's age, again, here's Moby, top right in the vegan. Most adult males are overweight or obese. That's average. So you're saying it's somehow wrong for him to not be overweight or obese? That somehow is a sign of weakness, and it has to do with being vegan. See, these arguments are all just so disingenuous, and they're just shaming. They're appearance shaming. Veganism has nothing to do with appearances. Again, let's look at the definition of veganism rather than this stupid thumbnail. But strict. Ooh, sorry guys, had to burp there. 1 second. Let's look at the definition again. This doesn't say anything that you'll get jacked when you go vegan or anything like that. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. But all you stupid meat eaters have to make it about appearances. That's all you guys do. You just look at people. Oh, this person looks better than that person. Oh, the meat eater looks better, therefore veganism debunked. No, this has nothing to do with appearances. It's about being against animal cruelty and exploitation and doing something about it, meaning not consuming animal products. But you guys have nothing other than, oh, this guy's more jacked than the other guy, so therefore our diet is better. Like, it's just such a stupid thing to be concerned about appearances. Are you guys like all like narcissists and what's that word when you're self-absorbed with your appearances? Yeah, Chris Murphy, exactly. Why not compare Joaquin Phoenix to John Goodman and flip the argument? In fact, maybe I'll make a response video to this nitwits video and put them, instead of having Moby and Sean Faker, I'll put Joaquin Phoenix and John Goodman. And that'll be my thumbnail right there. Hey, if you guys can do that, yeah, I'll just put Joaquin. There's a vegan. The reason why Joaquin looks fit and healthy for his age and John Goodman looks like crap for his age, all overweight and everything. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying the only reason is because one is vegan and one is not. And I don't believe that for a second, but I could flip the script and be as stupid and deceitful and full of crap as the meat eaters are. Yeah, Uncle, yeah, this is a scientific fact, actually. Studies have shown that taller men, on average, tend to have an easier time attracting a lady into their lives, like as far as girlfriends and wives haven't been, stuff like that. It's I forgot the exact wording, but yeah, it's a thing. And I'm 6'4", so I've been sort of lucky in that regard. Should we time you out there? Should we ban this guy for being, let's look at our rules here. No personal attacks, harassment, racism, sexism, ageism. And John, you're what's there? Women naturally don't want woke, weaker men. What is woke? What does woke have to come into this now? I thought we were talking about being jacked versus non-jacked, and now you're bringing woke. And what does that have to do? See, that's what all you meat eaters do. You just say a bunch of crap. Can we just argue a point and analyze it rather than having to throw more poop on the wall? Or no, we're talking about woke too, because veganism's all about being woke. Oh, that's the definition of woke. So that means me, because I'm not a bigot. I actually embrace diversity in our world. You know, I'm totally happy to shout out like happy Pride Month, and you know that makes me weak. Is that what you're saying? Okay, you got banned. Yeah, thank you. Good job for banning them. Well, thanks, Peter. I'm not going to do that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, don't do that. John Goodman's actually quite thin now and it's lost a lot of weight. That was just an idea there. We could find someone else who's way more of a jerk than John Goodman is probably too. You know, he seems like a decent guy. Yeah, woke is awareness. And not even, it's more than that, just being compassionate, not hating your fellow humans for being different from you. I mean, the only reason why I think you guys, you unwoke people are so against wokeness is because you guys are hateful. You guys are violating rules number one here, and just your lives, not in my live stream, but just in your lives. You guys are into racism and sexism and ageism, and you know, you guys just when you see people are different from you, you get fearful. You're just projecting some stupid fear that you guys have. You know, just don't take it out on others because you have some insecurities and you're a precious snowflake that can't handle seeing people who have different values from you or a different skin color from you or whatever. Just accept it. You're not getting left behind in this world just because there's people who are different from you. Well, Samuel, you think Goodman is vegan? Wow, cool. He looked good. Ever seen the show Damages? Nobody's looked cooler smoking a cigar. I haven't seen any John Goodman stuff in a long time. I wasn't going to do that, but I'm not going to make a thumbnail. I just think it's a great idea just to flip it around. Yeah, what's wrong with being woke as opposed to unaware, huh? Hey, Sean Cope, congratulations. 16-year wedding anniversary, John. I mean, Sean, right now, this very day, 16 years. Congrats. That's awesome. Yeah, Angie and I got married in 2005. So, yeah, we're just a couple years, few years past you there. That's cool. That takes a lot. It takes a lot to stay together, you know, that long and keeping it going. So, awesome. Fu Man Poo, you want to punch the next moron who says woke in a derogatory manner in the face. Yeah, because they try to put that as a put down, like, oh, he's not against LGBTQ and he's not against people of color. I hate that guy because I hate all those people. You know, screw these people who are defending people that I don't like. You know, I don't like you now. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, people will take it on Dr. Greger for not being a jacked bodybuilder. Like Moby, Dr. Greger is never, as far as I know, been interested in being jacked. And that's fine. Where is it written down that all men have to be jacked, whether you're vegan or not? Just please, someone show me that. And especially if you're vegan. If you're vegan, you have to be jacked. And if you're not, somehow veganism is debunked or something like that. Can someone show me where that comes from? I know, it just comes from stupid meat influencer people. Jacob, is this the video to make arguments against veganism? Yes, if you have an argument to make against veganism, say it right here. I don't have a way for you to video chat it, but say it as clearly and succinctly in the comments. And if you need to break it up into multiple ones, I will put it together for you. I have a way to copy and paste your comments so we can see it clearly. So what we'll do is put your comment on the screen here for all to see, and we will shine the light of critical thinking on it and see if what you're saying here about vegans or veganism holds any water. Is there any truth to it, or are there some logical problems with your statement? So go for it. Yeah, being bald's fine. So I'll probably be bald someday. My mom's dad didn't have a lot of hair from what I remember. My dad's dad did, so maybe I'm kind of the mix of the two or something like that. It's thinning, but it's we'll see. I'm only 55. We'll see what happens. Does he really think that about pooping, Peter? That's crazy. Here's an opinion from a lady. Janet Coyote says, I prefer a guy who's not too jacked. He's more likely to still have a brain. Yeah, guys like me. You know, guys like the K-pop bands I see Angie watch. And they're like me. They're thin. They're lean. They're thinner than me. Even they have like abs and shit I never had. But they got some tone. They're not all, emaciated or anything like that. I lift weights, but I'm not trying to be jacked. I just want to be a more athletic basketball player. I'm trying to get even more athleticism as I get older and older here, That's what chicks like. I don't see too many girls screaming at like big jack dudes, but I see thousands and thousands of girls screaming their heads off, just losing their crap completely over, Korean idol dudes whose physical appearances aren't too much more different from mine, being that they're younger and usually not 6'4.5" and stuff, but physique wise, not all that much different from what I got going on here. Wow, your grandfather went bald at 16. Wow, AJ. Wow. Andrew, yeah, here's how it works. Here's the flow of how events work in the world here, Andrew 92. I'm reading Andrew verbatim here. When I ate meat, I wasn't jacked. When I went vegan, I didn't become jacked. It's because I'm not trying to be jacked. Exactly. You're saying that in a humorous way, but that's completely 100% the way it works. People make it sound like, hey, before Ryan was vegan, he was jacked, and now he's like, no, I am more jacked now than I've ever been in my entire life. Seriously, here at age 55, I am more jacked than I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s, back before I went vegan. This is it right now. I still have the kind of body that just puts on like tons of muscle bulk or anything, but I have more muscle bulk than I've ever had right now. Dusties, you're new here. I have a question. How can vegans implement vegan philosophy, reducing harm to animals on a systemic level? Well, let me know what you mean by a systemic level, but veganism isn't about reducing harm. If you look at a definition from the Vegan Society here, it's being against animal cruelty and exploitation. believing that animal cruelty and exploitation are inherently wrong, and actually doing something about it. Rather than just saying, I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation, but just stopping there. And we actually take it a step further. We don't consume animal products because that's the only way to live consistently with that moral belief that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. I'll grant, yeah, if you're against animal cruelty and exploitation, not consuming animal products, for the rest of your life, yeah, there will be less harm to animals. Most likely, it seems like if enough of us were doing this on a global level, it'd be fewer animals bred into existence to be exploited and slaughtered. So I'm not sure. Let me know what your question is, though. I'm not sure if I got it fully. Uncle, do you want to ban this person? You could probably tell who it. Hell, I'll just do it right now. It's the same person that creates the accounts every night. Anyway, well, maybe that's your experience, Josh, and I know many vegan bodybuilders who would seriously disagree with you on that, but everyone's entitled to have their opinions. Yeah, Giovanni. Yeah, he bulks easy as a vegan. Exactly. And I'm telling you, I'm more bulky now as an old man vegan. I'm bulkier now as a 55-year-old vegan compared to, like, say, when I was weight training in college and when I first got a gym membership as an adult in my 30s. Yeah, I'm more bulky now. Josh, just because you haven't seen many vegan bodybuilders doesn't mean they don't exist. Shall we show you a few? I mean, there have been vegan weightlifters in the Olympics. There have been like vegan NFL linemen in the NFL. There's vegan athletes in the NBA. I mean, they're all over the place. And tennis players. I mean, just because, and there's bodybuilders too. Do you want to see some? If you don't believe me, you think I'm completely full of shit, there's no such thing as a vegan bodybuilder. Would you like me to put some up on the screen for you to see? I mean, Patrick Baboumian, he's not only a bodybuilder, he's a strong man. He has like records for like the yoke pull or something, like the yoke walk. But just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they don't exist. Just means you haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet there, Josh. You haven't done sufficient looking around and asking around to see some of these, vegan strongmen, professional athletes, and all. And what was that, Peter? There's a carnivore woman on YouTube who only eats 6 foods: eggs, ground beef, chicken liver, and butter, and she never farts, and she's probably good for her. That's awesome. If that's the most important thing for her in life is not farting, awesome. And Graven adds to, as far as big, bulky vegans, Pete Dunne, WWE Tyler Hate, W both have been champions, and they don't eat meat, right, Graven? Josh Page, well, I don't know what the hell there's no such thing as a vegan diet. Just like there's no such thing as a non-vegan diet. There's a million ways you could be a non-vegan, and there's a million ways you could be a vegan. So there's no such thing. It's like saying, no, I tried a non-vegan diet, meaning you went to McDonald's and only ate quarter pounders every meal. That's a non-vegan. There's no such thing as a vegan diet. So if you were hungry, you just should have ate more. I mean, if that's what I mean, it's a such of common sense. Maybe you were under eating as a vegan. Maybe you thought vegan meant weight loss or something like that. If you were having nutritional deficiencies, maybe you had them before you were vegan. Maybe you were hungry because you weren't getting enough calories and therefore not enough nutrients, and maybe that's what caused your nutrient deficiency. But check out my blood test. I've been vegan 12 years. I'm never hungry. I'm not nutritionally deficient. I don't know what the hell you were doing, but there's no such thing as a vegan diet. If you're doing a dumb vegan diet, starving yourself, hungry all the time, that's on you. You should have done a little more research as to construct a properly planned, sensible, balanced vegan diet where you're meeting your caloric needs, not starving yourself, meeting your nutritional needs, not making yourself deficient because you're doing something silly. That's on you. Don't blame it on veganism. Blame it on you for Josh for not properly learning about how to eat a plant diet. Yeah, Allison, Josh Page. She says, Josh Page, and that's your own fault and only your fault. Don't blame veganism, the entire enterprise of veganism, just because you didn't eat properly. That's cool, Josh. That was your experience, and it's your responsibility. Am I responsible? Is Allison responsible for Josh Page's experience? No, only Josh Page is responsible for Josh Page's experience. I mean, we can point you in the right direction. It sounds like you're really not interested at all anymore because of your bizarre experience as a deficient vegan eating a deficient diet that was your own doing. No one forced you to eat a diet that left you hungry. I mean, I just probably had maybe like my breakfast is probably maybe like 800, 900 calories. I had probably another 800, 900 calories for lunch. I mean, you got to eat. You just don't starve yourself as a vegan. Yeah, look at vegans in sports, in professional sports. You know, they're not starving themselves. They're not sitting there, I want to go and do my workout today for the NBA, but I can't because I'm hungry. It doesn't work that way. You got to know how to eat properly. It's not that hard, but I can say if you're new, you might not know what you're doing, and you probably made some dumb decisions. But don't blame veganism. Take responsibility. Blame yourself and say, hey, I can learn. I can learn now. I know there's more information now about veganism. I can learn. Yeah, uncle, get more information, try again. But nope, his mind is made up. He tried a improper vegan diet that left him continually starving and blames veganism for it. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you're being irrational. Uh-oh, that guy's back. That just comes back and creates a new account. I think he's back again. What do you guys think? Yep, vegan VR King. Watch Game Changers, the documentary. I believe it's still on Netflix. If you have it, you can watch it for free if you have Netflix. And stop spreading lies. Yeah, Peter, I think it's him too. You want to just block him, Peter? Do me a favor. Allison shares her personal experience. I didn't know this. Allison says when she first went vegan, she lost a lot of weight for a variety of reasons, but I knew it was because she didn't know what to eat. The logical step was to blame veganism. No, I'm just kidding, Allison. No, you did the logical thing, which was to actually learn what to eat. Like it's not like when you go vegan, you automatically have the knowledge of how to like eat a fully plant-based diet properly. It doesn't work that. You just got to do a little learning. It's not that hard, but I'm just saying most people don't know what to do right at first. There's a little learning curve, and once you got it, it's easy. Graven, I think that's the troll that creates new accounts every 5 minutes. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be responding. I think Uncle or Peter has probably blocked that sad person. Joseph Logan, any recommendations for duckweed supplements? Yeah, Clean Machine. They no longer carry the Clean Machine Green Protein. They told me they're making a new duckweed based one. I haven't seen it on their site yet. I haven't heard back from them. I'll let you know when I hear more. Let's see. What am I missing here of that thread that was going on? Hey, mi comunidad vegana, buenos noches. Yeah, when you first went vegan or plant-based, you ate way too many salads. Yeah, a rookie mistake there. A lot of people think, oh yeah, vegans and vegetarians, they eat lots of salads, right? I'm just gonna eat more salads because when I go to a restaurant, I want to try to eat a little healthier. I'll just eat a salad. No, I mean, you can eat a salad, but it's really calorically lacking. So yeah, I can see a lot of people trying. I tried veganism. I ate a bunch of salads for a few weeks and I was starving all the time. Yes, you would be starving all the time, eating salads all the time. Yeah, that's not what I've seen too many health organizations were recommending, having a salad-based diet. Yeah, I'm sure Mike the vegan made a video about that. Thanks, Mike, if you debunked that high intensity health. And I'll just make a video debunking the thumbnail because that's all we need to talk about. In fact, maybe I'll edit parts out of what I said tonight and just make a video debunking the thumbnail. Sarah says you won't go hungry with your salads. Well, that's true. There's ways to pack more calories, more dense calories into a salad, Sarah. And Angie got really good at that for a while there too, putting in things like, say, avocados, and I forgot what else. She can make a more filling salad than average. So I know what you're saying. I'm just saying in general, most people don't know how to pack a salad full, and it'll leave them lacking and hungry. But yeah, it's not impossible, Sarah. I totally know what you're talking about. It's totally possible to have a nice filling salad. Sarah says, my salads are like 4 meals in a bowl larger than it. That's one way to do it. Yeah, we have these big wooden bowls or metal bowls that we can pack the big salads in. But most people don't know to do that. Most people, when they think of a salad, oh, it's this little petite meal. It's got a little bit of stuff in it. Yeah, that's what people think. They're not going to stuff themselves with a big-ass bowl of salad. Yeah, a lot of the ways to do salads for sure, those guys. Yeah, I didn't mean to bag on salad. Just saying it's a typical rookie mistake to think you're going to eat these little salads and as a vegan and that's going to be all you need or most of what you need. No, it's not going to work. Josh, what's a good replacement if you don't like beans? Well, first I'm going to say there's like literally dozens, hundreds of different kinds of beans. I mean, if you don't like black beans, have you tried like the many kinds of white beans, like Great Northern beans, cannellini beans? There's chickpeas and mung beans, which are totally different. Those are like used in Middle Eastern and Indian cooking. There's all different kinds of legumes. I've never met a person who hates all beans. They might just dislike the typical beans that are used in American food cooking or something like that. But there's so many different kinds of legumes out there. I've yet to meet one person. See, you like lentils. See, I'm saying I've yet to meet a person who dislikes all legumes of all kinds. But yeah, it's really common to dislike the most popular kinds of beans. Jacob says, hi Ryan, on what basis is killing animals immoral or unethical? Do you believe in an objective... No, we don't need to get into objectivity or anything like that. I mean, I studied philosophy. I'm a PhD philosophy dropout. So no, we don't need to get into this heady intellectual bullcrap or anything like that. Let's just, you don't need to study philosophy or ethics or anything to understand what veganism is here. So let's hold on here. Let's take a look first at the definition of veganism. It's basically taking a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. That's what vegans believe. I mean, amongst other things, but this is like the hallmark. It's not a diet. It's not about food. Given that we don't need to kill animals in order to live. And that's why I went vegan. I didn't go vegan because I thought of some objective standards, some Platonic ideals that transmit from the Platonic realm down to our world and give us some kind of reality or something like that. And we don't need anything like that. All we need to know is wrong to kill. I don't need ethics. I don't need objective. I don't need some objective morality to let me know that it's wrong to kill a dude, right? If there's a guy sitting here next to me and I kill him, I don't need some kind of like objective. It's just wrong. It's just like, it's a person who's living, heart pumping and breathing air. And why should I have the right to end that person's life? So same thing with animals. We don't need to consume animals. We don't need to kill animals in order to live. When I went vegan, it just dawned on me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, okay, why would I intentionally... There are two paths I can go down. One path involves animals dying for me needlessly every day so I can live. Animals in their lives, people in the lives of animals, so I can continue living my life. Okay, that's one path. The other path is like, oh, animals don't need to die in order for me to live. I can eat plants and be healthy and get all my nutritional needs met, and I can keep on living and thriving. Like, so why would I want to go down the path where I'm needlessly killing sentient beings who don't want to die? They don't want to end their lives. Why should I kill living, breathing creatures, mammals, in order for me to live when I don't have to. I need plants and not do that. So that's what veganism is all about. So I don't know why we need to get some universal objective or anything. This is why it's immoral. If you want to know why it's immoral, because you're killing a sentient being needlessly. You don't need to kill a sentient being in order to live. You don't. It's just simply wrong. You don't need to kill a sentient being in order to live. So why would you want to kill living sentient beings needlessly, given there is an alternative way of living called veganism, which is being against animal cruelty and exploitation and not consuming their products? So I'm not sure what your question was anymore. I should have put it up on the poop wall, but that's what veganism is in a nutshell. Here's a good point, Justin. Veganism is not about loving animals. I actually have met a few vegans that really don't like animals all that much. They kind of almost even hate animals, but they respect the animals enough to not eat them, not kill them. Dion, yeah, there are lots of alternatives available for vegans. And yes, Angie made no less than 2 books to help people out as far as finding good foods that you can eat as a vegan. Yeah, Josh, shark finning, there's a great example of animal cruelty and exploitation. It's cruel. Shark finning is inherently cruel to sharks. And it's exploiting them. So some assholes can make money off a piece of a living sentient being by harming it. That's animal cruelty and exploitation right there in a nutshell. Great example there, Josh. Well, Dr. Gundry has a weird opinion. I've never seen any science showing that legumes will decrease your life, Peter. He's talking about Dr. Gundry there. In fact, the longevity studies I'm aware of, I've been made aware of, like, say, through Dr. Garth Davis and Nutrition Facts, show that longevity is strongly associated with high consumption of legumes, beans. So there seems to be no reason to not eat beans. Unless you have some particular sensitivity to lectins or something like that. If you're one of those 1 in a million people, okay, maybe that doesn't apply to you. Okay, moving on. Just banned someone. Same person. I just banned him, guys. He's that same guy. I would try to ban him before people start reacting to him. Anyway, what's up, Peter? Just gotta be right back in case there's any troll. Someone else take care of them. Yeah, all right. Me and Uncle will be on top of it, Peter. Yeah, do what you got to do. We're good here. We're good. Jacob, I don't think I was being hostile. I was explaining my position passionately. I'm a human. I'm not, even though I like Mr. Spock from Star Trek, I'm not a Vulcan. I have passions. I must be passionate, or else I wouldn't have had a vegan YouTube channel for 10 years, Jacob. So, lol, Ryan, I didn't even make an argument. I just explained my reason why I went vegan in a very passionate way. And I didn't put it on the poop wall or anything like that. So you avoided the poop wall. So I apologize if I appeared hostile. I do have some hostile feelings when I conceptualize animal cruelty and exploitation and animal slaughter. That probably came out in my impassioned response to you, Jacob. So that's it. No, I mean, I threatened you with a poop wall, not to shame you. The poop wall, I could change the name of the poop wall and just call it the wall. The poop wall is just a place where I can put a person's comment for all of us to see. So it doesn't change. It stays there fixed in time, and it's there, pinned up for us all to see. So no one is unclear about what was said. I can't cheat or lie or misrepresent you or anything like that, and you can't wiggle out of what you said. So it's the place for us to have an agreed statement that came from the person in the comments. And in this case, it would have been you. So it's not a shame thing. I call it a poop ball, Jacob. I'm going to give you the context why it's called a poop ball, because this happens so often. I just see these people coming here trying to debunk veganism. They throw one idea at me, I dismiss it quite easily, then they fling another poop ball on the wall. They just keep flinging poop on the wall. So I said, I'm not going to let you get out of it. I'm going to take your words and put it up on a page where we all can see it, so you're not just flinging poop. I'm going to just grab one of your poops and put it on the wall, and we all can look at it together and discuss it in a rational way if it warrants rational discussion. So it's not a shameful thing. It's just a way to take one comment and put it up there, because these comments typically, Jacob, come from anti-vegans who are not here for some kind of honest discussion about veganism. They're just here to express their hateful opinions, their bigoted opinions about veganism, and other things too, their racist opinions and so on and so forth, homophobic opinions. So I just want to have it there for all to see. Occasionally someone, probably like yourself, I'm guessing, has a question or comment that is not coming from a place of hate or bigotry, but deserves to be put on the poop ball just so we can see it frozen in time and not have it be misrepresented and have it be thoroughly examined. So I apologize if you thought I was being hostile. Just a passionate vegan activist. Sue me. If that's a crime, I'll take it. So what have I missed in all that? I just want to say the poop wall is not a place of shame necessarily. Yeah, Uncle says the poop wall isn't a punishment. It's just a place to pin your comment so you don't change and wiggle out of it. Because, yeah, I've seen so many people say, "Why do you say that?" I go, I have to scroll back up and find the comment and paste it. No, I just paste it so people can't be deceptive about what they said or didn't say. Because it happens all the time. Hey, Peter's back. Nothing bad happened. Josh Page, you're learning. Awesome. Good for you. Most people that come here that aren't into veganism aren't interested in learning and are just here to express their opinions, no matter how ridiculous and unsubstantiated and disproven they may be. Yeah, otherwise people start to weasel out, Stephen. Exactly. That's why we have to have their words there, pinned for all to see, or else they'll try to weasel out and change the subject. I know, here's the original subject you brought to me. Stick with it and defend it as if your life depended on it. Argue it very passionately. Kat, speaking of passions, Kat says, I get very passionate people ask me these questions when people ask you these questions as well. Exactly, Kat. I don't think I'm that weird or anything. Veganism is we're passionate about it, right? I mean, we're passionate about not harming animals and trying to make people aware of not harming animals. Yeah, you have to constantly try to be calm and stop yourself. Exactly. The other day, someone at work saw your meal and told you all your bones are weak. Ooh, what'd you say to that? I say, how do you know that? Do you have any evidence to show me that my bones are weak? And do you have any evidence that your bones are strong? Anyone can say anything. Opinions are like assholes, they say, right? Everyone's got one. Or, in this case, more than one. People have so many dumb opinions about veganism. Anyway, hey, Jokic, good to see you. Your guy is kicking ass in the NBA Finals. Pride to Jokic, people. Anyway, what's that, sir? You're talking to Sarah there. Yeah, potatoes are great, guys. Yeah, we love potatoes. I saw the question about potatoes. Yeah, expose your bones, huh? Let's ask your cat, tell your friend at work, hey, expose our bones and we'll measure them with our scientific tools here to see whose bones are stronger. Yeah, you can't do that. Let's see, Peter, Ryan, one day we have to meet up either where you live or where I live at a vegan event. Yeah, we will sometime, Peter. If it's out in the West Coast, England, or maybe Hawaii, something will happen. Ooh, that sounds great, AJ. You turned 5 pounds of potatoes into potato salad and potato curry lately. That really, I love that. I love when Angie makes potato salad, and we just had a potato curry last night. We love potatoes. Another reason why, it's just kind of often a tension. Why do people go raw for? Like, you can never eat potatoes for. Like, why? Like, what's going to happen if you eat a potato or potatoes? You're not going to die or get a disease. I had some person come in the comments, those potatoes are mucus-forming food. I say, hey, come to my live stream tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and tell me how eating potatoes is going to make my life any shorter. I haven't seen that person yet. If you're here lurking, let me know how eating potato is going to shorten my life. I would really love to hear your evidence, see your evidence. Yeah, imagine telling Martin Luther King how he's too passionate. I mean, yeah, why do people do what they do? Because they're passionate about it. Or they're getting paid by the beef industry, in the case of TikTok beef later. What's my favorite potato and way to fix it? I like Angie's potato salad, but on a more regular basis, I just steam them in the pressure cooker. And then maybe we'll put some kind of gravy on it or something like that. Yeah, good point, Eric. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but not everyone is entitled to their own facts. Yeah, opinions are opinions, but facts are not like opinions. Facts are either true or false. Opinions, some are true, some are false. But facts, by definition, are necessarily always true. Ace, do I like chili? We don't have too much chili, but yeah, occasionally Angie will make us like a 3 or 4 bean chili. Yeah. Why do you ask? Peter, yes, I need someone who has connections to Big Broccoli to contact your Big Broccoli bigwigs and let them know that they need to pay me to defend plant-based eating. Wow, so are we like done with the trolls now? Are we done? Is it all the like people who are mad like gotten their thing handled, whatever? Even non-vegans love potatoes, I know. You like eating a potato pie now, Jokic? Yeah, huh? What was that, Peter? At the Planted Expo, there was this chili sauce that had the world's hottest peppers. Probably, is it habanero or is it something hotter than that? And I just had a small dig on a toothache and it was burning. Oh my God. Uncle, the only BS you need in your life is beach and sun. Well, good thing you live by the beach, but unfortunately, California, Southern California has been extremely lacking in sun this year. We had another day today, no sun, none. Yesterday, sun came out in the afternoon, did a little walk. Day before that, no sun. Heard it's probably might even rain tomorrow or Sunday or Monday or something like that. It's just a crappy year. He barely eat broccoli. I don't eat that much either, but it's just like a running joke about, big broccoli, the big broccoli industry, there's no such thing, unfortunately, probably. Latifa, tips on navigating mental illness as a vegan. I don't think veganism has much effect on that in a positive or negative way. I could be wrong, so I'm not going to give you any advice on that, though, because I simply don't have any expertise to impart or say anything about that. I should go up to British Columbia because it's been boiling. I know, who would have known? British Columbia would have been the time, but I should have been there for this time of the year. But unfortunately, it's all moot because we don't have any pet sitters. Sarah, there's a perfect Mendo 58 degrees and overcast. It was like that. It's been like that here, but 68, and overcast. So if you like overcast, you could have been here too, but I know you like it a little on the cooler side there. And Mendo's lovely too. Mendo's way more lovely than Long Beach or anywhere in Southern California. So you were in the right spot there, Sarah. Oh, Graven, are you asking that to, who is that, Josh? Who are you asking that? What's stopping him from going vegan? Let's see. Tim Crazy Legs 9, lack of collagen in vegan diet. Is that your debunking of veganism? Do you know what your collagen levels are? Have you had your collagen tested? How does one test their collagen, and what are the effects of lack of collagen? So is that why you're not a vegan? Tim, let me ask you this. Let's say vegan diets had enough collagen. Let's just say that. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's just say it were. Would you consider going vegan then, Tim? I'm just kind of curious. Is that it? That's the only thing. That's the deal breaker. Like, for you, veganism's cool. You're against all forms of animal cruelty and exploitation. But the collagen, though. But what if we could fix the collagen problem? What would your thoughts be there, Tim? Just kind of curious. It might be. We'll see. We'll see in a second, Peter. AJ Vintage, who probably knows more about this than me because I'm not a medical doctor. Like Moby, I'm a music producer and musician, not a medical doctor. So AJ says our bodies make collagen from plants. Lol, collagen. Vian Moyman, yeah, think about a call-in show would make it good. I've seen it done before. Is you need a screener, and I don't think Angie would want to sit around for 2-3 hours and screen calls for me. But I'd consider it. I just don't want to give people a platform where they could speak their nonsense. I like them to be able to state their argument. We could put up on the wall, the poop wall for all to see, and we can analyze it there. But I don't know if I want to give them an actual literal voice to speak nonsense. But good question, Vin Moyman. Well, that's cool, Josh. Cool. I'm glad you're being honest there about, yeah, when you went vegan, you probably didn't have enough information. And that's true. That's true for most people. So don't feel bad. You're not dumb or anything like that. You know, switching to a new way of eating presents challenges, you know, so especially if you don't have experience with that. So, yeah. It's not veganism's fault. How come I'm saying, why am I doing so good? Me and Angie, we're both different, have different genetics. Mine come from Asia, her come from Europe. Very different people, different sizes, everything. Yet we're both kicking ass, 12 and a half years vegan. And we're in our 50s too, mid-50s. Oh, mommy, vegan you, mummy. Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah, I heard about your bad air quality out there. Improvise on guitar. I haven't played guitar much this week. Maybe I'll just strum around a little bit as let's see, I'll just strum a little bit. I'm not going to play anything. I'm just going to strum a little bit. All right, just a little screwing around right there, playing some scales. All right, I did it. I didn't really give much thought to it. I wasn't even warmed up, just screwing around with some scales. That's usually how I kind of warm up too. I'll start playing scales and start exploring within them, and it starts off sloppy and it gets smoother and smoother. Actually, let me know if anyone might want to buy this guitar. I'm actually thinking about selling this. This is the John Mayer Signature Stratocaster. I got like maybe in like 2005 or 6. It looks like a regular Strat. It doesn't have any John Mayer or anything other than this little like fake autograph thing on here. It's like a good like late 50s, early 60s kind of Strat. I just don't use it much because I have another one that I play more often than this one. But if anyone's interested, let me know. Fender hasn't made these in like, I don't know, a long time, since John left Fender a long time ago. So it's kind of a collector's item. Well, you don't have to care for John Mayer to like the guitar. It's cool. You're not gonna like sound like John Mayer if you get this Strat or anything like that. I wish it were that easy. No Dead tonight. Maybe I'll jam some Dead later on. All right, Tim Crazy Legs. All right, so ex-vegans talking about quitting and aging. What is the point? What is the okay? I don't care what people are saying on Reddit. What are you trying to tell us here, Tim Crazy Legs? What is the proposition? What is the claim that you're trying to make here about vegans and aging and shit like that? Just tell us, and we will put up on the wall and analyze. Okay, I don't care what some guy on Reddit may have said or what are you saying, Tim Crazy Legs? What are you trying to tell us about veganism? Please, yeah, just let us know. Oh, if you do like John Mayer, then I'll play a little more. I'll play some John Mayer. See if I can play Anyone know that song? It's from his latest album, Sawbrock. That's all I'll say. No, I didn't see that video, Don. What is it about? There's no reason to hate John Mayer. He's a serious guitar player. I mean, just watch what he does with playing with the Grateful Dead, basically. You know, he's an amazing guitar player. There's anyone who thinks he sucks, I like to see them go out there and play like Help on the Way, Slipknot, Franklin's Tower. Just see him do that. Let's see someone do that. You know, I'd love to see that. Little Wing. Yeah, I've messed around with Little Wing before. I don't know it off the top of my head because I don't practice it enough. But that's an awesome Stratocaster blues song. Yeah. Let's see. So I thought I was asking someone a question here. He has the spirit of the dead, John Mayer. He totally does. Absolutely. I can't imagine another guitarist stepping in and doing a better job than what John Mayer's done. And they've had other people step in. I'm not going to bag on any of them, like the guy from Fish and Government Mule and all that stuff. But John's is head and shoulders like above the rest as far as what he's able to do with the band, in my opinion. If you disagree, totally cool. That's how I feel, though. Anyway, yeah, he played at John Mayer played at Michael Jackson's memorial at Staples Center back, was that 2009? Yeah, he did a great job with that. People really they just think, oh, he's the Bodies in Wonderland guy. And that song's kind of corny. He knows it. But I remember the first time I heard it, I go, this song's stupid. This is who that John Mayer guy is. Then the little guitar solo happened. I started hearing these cool jazz chord vamping. I go, wait, this guy can play. He only did it for like 5-10 seconds, but the technique that he displayed, I go, wait, this guy can play. So I heard some more. I got the album and I heard Neon. I go, whoa, this guy's an amazing guitar player. People think it was like this, like this ladies lusting after, like Teen Idol or whatever, but the guy's got real chops and he's gotten better and better ever since. Whatever happened to that guy that said vegans age faster or something like that because he heard it on Reddit? Did that person ever come back or did I mess him? Should we ban this Jake guy? Is this the guy that just keeps coming back and making new accounts? What do you guys think? Yeah, Vian Moyman, you're absolutely right. That's why Bob wanted to get John into the band. When did you hear the story? Like when Bob went on to there's a week when John was hosting like the Late Show or something like that. Bob Weir came on, and what they play was it? I hear the song in my head. Althea, wasn't it? Anyway, I heard they just kept jamming and jamming and jamming. The guys, hey, we're closing down tonight. We got to close the theater down. And they have a certain chemistry that they discovered that they've been vibing off that chemistry ever since. So where's the person saying vegans age rapidly? Did that person come up? Jake, what's the point of doing anything? If you're going to be dead in 30, 40 years or whatever, what's the point of doing anything? What's the point of going to work tomorrow? It doesn't matter. You might as well be homeless. You're going to be dead in 30, 40 years anyway. What's the point of starting a family, getting married? You're going to be dead in 30, 40 years anyway. What's the point of anything, Jake? What is your point you're trying to make? What's the point of even commenting on my live stream? You're going to be dead in 30, 40 years, right? What's the point of doing anything? Because we're going to be dead at some point. Stupid. All right, Tim, I didn't see Tim Crazy Legs. That's the person I was looking for. I didn't see. Did you ever come back and answer my question? What is the point you're trying to make? I'm going to look for your comment one more time. Nope, you never answered my question, Tim. So I'm going to put you in timeout and have you think what's going on here. Come back and tell me exactly what the statement is you're making. I'm going to put you in timeout for 300 seconds. So you can start typing it right now. After the 300 seconds of being timed out expires, you can paste it in. So phrase it as clearly as you possibly can, Tim Crazy Legs. What is this thing you're trying to say about vegans and aging or dying or something like that? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think you know what you're talking about. So you have 300 seconds. Think it through clearly and just type it in, hit send once you're out of timeout. Okay, I'm really looking forward to what Tim Crazy Legs has to say about veganism being debunked because of rapid aging or something like that. So let's see what you're talking about there, okay? Yeah, Kat sums it all right up here. I don't know why all these idiots on Reddit and these meatheads think veganism means we're the healthiest people in the world, blah, blah, blah. It's not about health. Look at the freaking definition here. It doesn't even say anything about being healthy. It's being against animal cruelty and exploitation. But Kat says, yeah, you can be healthy or unhealthy following a plant-based diet, just like you can be healthy or unhealthy following a non-vegan diet. You will age faster eating just crap, whether it's vegan or not. Yeah, I forgot to hit the drink there. Thank you. Thank you, AJ. Hey, Diablo, good morning to you there in Scandinavia. I dropped an F-bomb there, didn't I? Drop an F-bomb. Apologize, any younger viewers there. It happens sometimes. I try not to. See, I cuss though. I just try not to cuss in my presentations when I'm speaking in public or on YouTube. Or I used to be a teacher too. I typically don't want to drop F-bombs in the classroom. It's not good for your longevity. So anyway, I almost had to put $1 in the swear jar. I did drop one on Dion. Okay, I thought I did there. I'm sorry. It shows you I'm human and I swear. Like I said, I made an intentional choice when I started our channel to try to present myself in a more professional manner rather than acting like some kind of dock worker or something like that. Not bagging on dock workers, but I'm just trying to think of someone where a profession where swearing would be more the norm. You have a sailor's mouth. I kind of do too, Sarah, but I try not to present myself in that manner when I'm doing stuff like this. But if you hang out with me in person, you'll hear lots of bad words. You like the cursing? Well, if stick around, you'll hear some more cursing for sure. Can't wait for Tim Fancy Pants or whatever his name was, Fast Feet, whatever his name was, to come back and tell us why vegans have this problem of aging through time. I'm really, really excited to hear that one. Eric says, I like you are human and cursed. Yes, I like that I'm human as well. Metal Face Vegan wants to let us know that he is dark vegan on another account. Tim Fancy Pants. That was it. Thank you, Andrew. I can't remember. Tim Crazy Legs. Tim Fancy Pants. Yeah, it was Tim Crazy Legs, not Tim Fancy Pants. Shows you, being vegan doesn't mean you have to have a perfect memory and remember everything that's ever happened. AJ, on a members only live stream with swearing and other adult content. What would the other adult content be exactly, AJ? Let me know. The swearing, maybe. I heard about the vegan wrap thing at Taco Bell, but I don't really go to Taco Bell. If I'm going to go to a place like that, I love their competitor much better. It's not everywhere in the United States, but Del Taco. They're all over here in California. Yeah, Uncle, I almost made this not safe for work, huh? Lucci, going to bed? Yeah, you're in the East Coast. Yeah, it's getting late out there. So thanks for being here with us. Yeah, Peter, yeah, vegans can be fat. Vegans can be skinny, yeah. Actors gain weight, lose weight, whether they're vegan or not, to fulfill the needs of a role or make a role a little more realistic. Dirty jokes. Okay, we could produce dirty jokes maybe, but I don't know. I don't think Angie and I are a great resource for dirty jokes. All right, let me yeah, a lot of things age, folks. You're totally right, Sarah. And eating plants, hate to break it to you, idiot anti-vegan idiots, that eating plants is not one of the things that ages people. things that are like rough on your life, like stressful things, stressful events. Yeah, we were talking about cigarettes, alcohol, stuff like that. You know, especially do a lot of it rather than just like dabble. But eating broccoli, no, that doesn't age a person. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, having a pack of cigarettes a day, that can do a lot. You know, having a stressful life and a pack of cigarettes a day and an alcohol problem and a drug problem, that can age you a lot too. You know, but eating broccoli, sorry, anti-vegans, no. Tim, I'm going to ban you. I'm going to give you one last chance. I told you, if you came back, ask your question. If you're going to come here and violate the rules here of personal attacks and crap like this and ageism, I will ban your ass from here to hell. So just ask your stupid question. Nope. All right, you're gone. You don't get to ask the question. I wanted you to ask your stupid question about vegans aging. So you are out of here. Oops, wrong button. 1 second. And to answer his question, now he's banned. No, I don't have a stressful marriage, but all marriage involves some kind of stress. Marriages, you just don't let it go and expect it to work out year after year after year. You got to work on it. You're growing something, like you grow a plant, you're growing a relationship. It takes work, but it's not necessarily stressful. Fortunately, we're both pretty level-headed, me and Angie. Yeah, we both have our quirks and weird things and our psyches and all, our mental makeups. But what my point is, yeah, marriage has a little bit of stress, but it doesn't inherently have to be super stressful. I don't even answer these questions. Just let you know, no, my marriage is awesome. So, yeah, Tim's gone. He couldn't answer. I just had you come. I put him in timeout. I said specifically, I'm giving you 300 seconds to get your question ready. Start typing it out now. What was you trying to ask me about vegans and aging through time? Ask it very clearly, and I'll answer. Didn't come back. He's banned. I don't know why. People can't just follow simple instructions. There's rules of engagement. Let's look at it again. If you come here to debunk veganism, first, you can't violate the rules of hate in number 1. You can't violate the rules of number 2. That's the guy who creates a new account every 5 minutes. We block him too. And when you're going to debunk veganism like Tim Fancy Pants wanted to, don't throw poop on the walls. Don't throw poop on the walls. Ask your question. Ask one question. Ask it, articulate it as best as you possibly can, and we will look at it. You can't, if he couldn't follow these simple directions, we can't deal with it. Yeah, Sarah, yeah, speaking of marriages and couples, yeah, couples that never argue, something weird's going on there, because there's got to be some disagreements. Or if you're unhappy about something, you got to be able to express it to your partner. So yeah, there's got to be some strife in there, but it shouldn't be all or majority strife. There's got to be some though. Yeah, no one has a perfect relationship. Everything's always like unicorns and whatever they say. Okay, what's that, Uncle? What are the most dangerous vegan recipes? Ones that call for squashes and whipped cream? Wait, is this a joke, Uncle? Squashes and whipped cream. I think you're making a joke. Is that a joke, Uncle? I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah. Taylor actually made a whole video about the issue as to whether or not Oreos are vegan. Technically, from an ingredient standpoint, yes, there seems to be no animal products, and I think there's some newer Oreos. I covered this in the video. I could put a link down there if you'd like it. Technically, the classic Oreo is technically vegan. However, there's some issues with the palm oil. You know, as you guys know, most palm oil is not sourced in a particularly ethical manner, so there is the issue of that. No, that's good, Sarah. Your dad he's still funny. Still has a sense of humor. That's cool. All right, Tina. Wow, that's nice. Hey, Ryan, love your content. I'm trying to transition to being vegan. Do you have any tips or advice that could give me that might help. Well, okay, if you're in it, because vegans, it's not a diet, it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So you want to take the next step and live a life that's in accordance with that belief, with those moral values. And having a belief is one thing, but putting that into practice in your life is a whole nother. And that involves changing how you eat. So I would say tighten up what you're eating. Not tighten up, but tighten up the knowledge part of it. If you're new to it, odds are, as many of us know, when you're new to a new kind of way of eating, you might not have all the best information out there as far as like what's good. It's like one of us, me, Community.Vegana, saying when he first went plant-based, he thought it meant eating a bunch of salads, which is, for most people would be a fail, unless you make a giant salad like Sarah knows how to do. I would suggest, I'm getting my book. My arm is long, but not that long. Get a good book. I think I'm a little biased, but I think our book is completely awesome here. The Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Let me know if you would like me to put a link down in the show description. It's just happyhealthyvegan.org. You can get the ebooks, you can get a print book, we'll sign it for you. But just easy plant-based meals. I mean, these are just meals that they're not for parties or to impress your friends. So this is stuff you eat day in and day out. Lots of, stuff for breakfast, stuff for dinner, lunch, snacks. Relatively easy to make. I'm crappy in the kitchen. I just follow Angie's instructions and, they turn out pretty close to what she, and I remember her making them when she makes them. So, I would say that's a good first start. Because if you're committed to being against animal cruelty and exploitation, let me put a link to our book there. Let me grab it really quickly here. You want to make sure you're eating in such a way that you don't say, oh, I tried going vegan. I was really wanting to, but I was getting all sick and stuff, so I couldn't do it. So let me give you a link to shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. You can get the print book. You can get the ebook. Your pick. So let me paste that into the show notes. No, I cannot sing any Soundgarden. I don't think I know any Soundgarden songs that are Fillmar music, but thanks for asking.
Are you going
Hey,
to try
AJ,
the Taco
I missed
Bell
that.
Vegan Crunch
Are you
Wrap
going to
in
try the Taco Bell Vegan Crunch Wrap in LA? I usually go to Del Taco, but since you gave me that $20 super chat tip there, I will keep that in mind. Next time I'm near a Taco Bell. Is it at all of them, guys? Let me know. Is it rolled out nationwide, all Taco Bells? If so, I'll use that as leverage to Angie. Hey, I know Angie's not a big fan of Taco Bell. Say, let's go get that Vegan Crunch Wrap thing that they have at Taco Bell now. And I'll say AJ gave us some money for it, so we'll be obligated to do it. Cool, Tina. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, I'm a little biased. I think our book's but I think it's really good because it's just good everyday food that you can make. It's fresh, easy. And you might have to stock up on a few spices that Angie tends to use on most of her recipes. But once you got that down, it's pretty easy. Starch solution is good. I think our way of eating is way funner than Dr. McDougall's. There's just more variety and stuff than what McDougall has, more filling, I think. But that's just my opinion. I'm a little biased, but I'll go head to head against starch solution recipes any day. Travis, it's only at 3 locations? Oh, LA, Orlando, and New York. Ooh, yeah, I tell you, we don't really like going to Los Angeles proper. It's just like a big deal. Even though it's kind of close as the crow flies, as they say, it's still far. Traffic, parking, crazy insanity of city stress. Talk about aging. I think going to LA ages me every time. So if it was around here somewhere, like closer, I'd be more inclined. I only go to Los Angeles when I absolutely have to do something there. Like there's no other choice. Like a band is playing there I really want to see, and that's the closest show. I really dislike going to Los Angeles these days. I'm ready to leave California for that matter, but LA, ugh. David, what's your question about bugs? Is anyone going to eat ZE bugs? Why would we eat bugs for? Why is a vegan do I need to eat bugs? You gotta have to give me a pretty compelling reason. Because remember, bugs are different from, say, a mango or kale or bananas. They walk around, they have little eyes, little brains, little sentient beings. Why would I want to eat bugs when I haven't had to eat any bugs for 12 and a half years as a vegan? There's no essential nutrient found in bugs without which I would be sick and dying as a vegan or something like that. I'm just kind of curious, David, what's the compelling argument as to someone who's doing really well on a vegan diet, plant-based diet for 12 and a half years, not consuming any bugs during that time? Why would I all of a sudden shift to putting bugs in my diet, considering it goes against my moral principles of not consuming and something that has eyes and a brain? Just kind of curious. Josh, I've just been here my whole life, and I've been in this house here for over 20 years. I'm just ready to move on. Getting old. I'm just want to move on, have a brand new chapter to my life. Uncle, you think there's a vegan option? Taco Bell in Long Beach. You think that one has the crunch wrap thing, Uncle? Let me know if that's what you're talking about, or just a vegan option, because you can get most stuff there made vegan. The question is, will the employees do it correctly? I know at Del Taco, their competitor out here, they haven't messed it up yet. I've gone there 50 times. They've never botched it up. Taco Bell has messed it up for me a few times, so I've been kind of hesitant to go back. Maybe your mileage may vary. Maybe they're perfect for you at Taco Bell, but I just rather go to Del Taco. Just my thing. Ryan, these days they say cricket protein will be a substitute for meat. Okay, I'm just saying, why should I eat it though? Because I think whoever was asking there, who was it? Let me scroll back up here. Why is my trackpad sucking? Hang on a sec. I knew something was off. I have this trackpad here. Sometimes it goes out. The magic trackpad. Sometimes it magically loses connection. Crap. Try it again. It was David. So David, I didn't know. Why should I eat, maybe the batteries are dead. Why should I eat crickets or whatever, David? No, I mean, I'm a vegan in general. So if you're talking to vegans in general, you're talking to me. So, well, this is bogus. It won't come back on. There's usually a little green light when I hit the little switch on the side. Yeah, tech. All right, I have to go back to my various mousing devices. So let me try that 1 second, guys. I mean, there's no need to. I mean, vegans are against animal cruelty and exploitation, and insects are considered animals. And considering that a vegan diet is already nutritionally adequate, not lacking protein or what have you, what is the compelling need or argument for vegans who are already doing fine to all of a sudden break the one thing that veganism asks you to do, which is to buy our books? No, just kidding. It's to avoid animal cruelty and exploitation as far as possible and practicable. So is it possible to get all your calories and nutritional needs met without eating crickets? Hell yeah, I've been doing it 12 and a half years. So I'm not sure what the compelling reason is to break the one thing that veganism doesn't ask you to do much. It's just not consume animal products because we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. So what's David saying here? I guess the way I'd see it, we've talked about the indirect killing of insects and plant ag. Well, that's incidental killing. You know, there's sometimes a human gets ran over by a turnip truck too. I mean, anyway, it was produced that way. It would be like killing a bug in your house. No, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. I'm not sure how we can compare incidental, accidental killing with intentional killing. I mean, you're just trying to use that. You're saying, you're kind of almost doing like almost like an appeal to futility thing. Like, you know, since we can't eliminate accidental killing of bugs in the production of food, we might as well raise bugs intentionally by the millions and billions and use them and kill them for food. Is that what you're saying? Just because there's some incidental harm? I don't think that justifies it. It just, I think, you just bought the book. Yeah, Christine just bought our book. Thanks for buying it. I just got a notification right now. Awesome. I'll get that sent out to you Monday or Tuesday. We're quick here. Yeah, we fulfill the book orders ourselves. So thanks for buying that. Awesome. Yeah, first of all, Josh is not even a vegan, doesn't understand the desire to eat bugs. Exactly. Yeah, I just don't understand why would a vegan like myself, who's already doing fine, getting their caloric needs met, going to the doctor, not coming back to fishing or anything, Dave, I don't know what we discussed. I know I'm aware that there's accidental insect deaths, some people say there's quite a lot, like maybe even
cruelty free.
Oops, wrong one.
I'm going to leave.
Cruelty.
Wrong one. Anyway, yeah, there's accidental insect deaths, but I don't see why, just because some insects might be harmed in the production of plants, that we should intentionally raise even more insects to be killed. If you want the fewest amount of insects killed, you would just settle for the ones that are being accidentally harmed. You wouldn't intentionally create more harm by creating more insects, breeding them into existence and killing them. It seems like that's going the wrong way for veganism. We're not trying to advocate for increasing harm. We're trying to have it be as minimal as possible. Maybe some vegans wouldn't be opposed. Well, if they're following what the definition of veganism again, David. Again, veganism doesn't really ask you to do all that much, David. It's really simple. If it's an if-then, really, the way I see it, like in logic. If you really believe that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, got that? If you believe animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong, then what do? You don't consume animal products. Insects are animals. Look it up if you don't believe me. Insects are animals. They have brains and all this stuff, just lower functioning, but they still have all the parts, the eyes and all that crap, it's a little nervous system. So again, why it would be going against our core beliefs here. I'm not sure why a vegan would want to violate the one thing, the very one and only simple thing that veganism says if you're against animal cruelty, you don't consume animal products because you're creating more animal cruelty and exploitation. I don't understand, David, why a vegan would want to violate the one thing that vegans do. That's what we do. We don't consume animal products. Why? Because we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. How is that even practical? How are they going to harvest bugs that are just going to sort through the fields and try to find a bug here or there? That sounds very uneconomical. Like no one's going to make any profit doing that, David. It sounds like a neat little fantasy. Let's talk about the real world. When we hear about people consuming crickets and stuff like that, they're not finding the ones that are just maybe happen to be left in a plant field or something like that. They're intentionally raising them. That's the way to make it profitable. Raise them quickly, cheaply, kill them, sell them, have people eat them. That's not really gonna... that's an example, David. I grant you that, but it's more of a thought experiment, like how many angels could dance on a head of a pin that some philosophers and theologians ask themselves they can never answer it. I'm talking about the real world. That's not going to be a market. You're not going to ever find a source of bugs that, we collected them all in a field hoping there might be some accidental deaths when they harvested the kale or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't think that's really going to happen. Andrew, good point. Just let the insects stay in the soil and return to the earth. We don't have to eat them, right? Just because it died. Just let it become part of the soil. Yeah, Uncle, you'd have to raise the bugs for slaughter. That's the only way to do it economically. I don't think people go and here, cricket, and get a net and catch crickets. I guess you can catch a few that way, but if you want to produce enough for millions or thousands of people to eat, you'd have a lot of guys and gals out there with a lot of nets. It's going to cost a lot of money to pay them to do that. No, you just raise them in a little space, breed them in existence, kill them. Well, interesting question, David. But again, I think it just, my opinion is why? We don't need bugs. They're not essential. There's no essential nutrient. And the most damning reason, it breaks the if-then of veganism. If you are against animal cruelty and exploitation, then you don't consume animals. It just violates the one central tenet of veganism. Yeah, it's a good combo, David. I'm not bagging on you or anything. It's kind of... it's kind of laughing because it tells vegans not to be vegan anymore, basically, what you're saying. Anyway, so anyway, Mike the Vegan did a video on eating bugs. Yeah, he's always one step ahead. So anyway, let's move on there. Okay. Did we already ban Jake, guys? Looks like you guys already did. I was about to get him. Yeah, looks like you did. Anyway, all right, so we can move on to another topic now. Let's see how long I've been on. 2 hours. I don't think I'll do 3 hours like last week. That was pretty epic. But if you have any more questions, we'll do some more here before I get going. What's that VLAM? Environmentalists would rather promote bug eating than tell the world to go vegan. Maybe that's what's going on, huh? Is that what's going on? Environmentalists who are, you think would be concerned about the environment and the toll that animal agriculture has upon the environment would maybe be sounding alarms about that, considering that animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than all of transportation exhaust combined. But no, just eat bugs, not address this giant source of like planetary harm. No, just eat the bugs. I guess that would decrease it if people switch to bugs. I don't know. Either way, let's move on. Sarah, you gotta get going. You're traveling. You're at the motel. Just chill. I want you to go chill out, Sarah. You've been with us the whole time here. 2 hours, and actually 2 hours and 12 minutes, Sarah. Yeah, I get tired after 2 hours too. I give you like guys big kudos who wants to stick with me like 2.5, 3 hours, because I can barely do it and I'm the one doing it. So if you guys stuck with me that long, I'm honored. Seriously, I'm holding a guitar pick here. I'm just completely honored and flattered and 100% grateful that you guys stick with me that long. That's it touches me. We need better trolls, huh, Vietnam? The trolls suck tonight, huh? Andrew, I'm not sure what's for dinner tonight. I'm kind of leaning towards Panda Express. I can't remember if I got it last Friday or not. Kind of think we did, but I can't remember. I think I did. I'm kind of leaning towards that, but it's early enough where Angie and I can make some Tuscan kale pilaf from the Happy Halloween cookbook. We just load that up into the pressure cooker. It's ready in like half an hour. So yeah. You're on the bed at the hotel. That's what I kind of visualize, just chilling out, laying down, relaxing, not much to do in the hotel. I mean, you're on the road right now, right? Not much to do, right? You're probably not going to go to some weird bar or wherever you're at, right? Just kick back, chill out in the hotel, chill out with a bunch of vegans and a couple trolls, right? Peter, you're back. Hey, I think we did all right, Peter, even though we missed you. I think I banned a couple guys on my own, but glad to have you back here, Peter. I'll probably get going pretty soon, I've been here quite a long time tonight, and I'm a little chill. You're watching Mike's video. Which one? About the one where he's the one about Moby? That one? Is that one? Fulmar Music, you're saying your wife is totally amazingly beautiful and you look like a toilet? Is that what you're saying, Fulmar Music? Or am I misreading this? Alfie Boy, carnists are disgusted at the thought of eating insects? Really? I didn't know that. Is that true? I didn't know carnists were against insect eating. I thought they were into killing. I thought they were into all forms of cruelty and exploitation to animals. I didn't know they drew a line at insects. Really? That's news to me. Carnists draw a line there. They're not into all forms of cruelty and exploitation, just some. Really, he goes after Rich Roll because he's in his 50s and had back pain. Like, how many guys in their 50s don't have back pain? In fact, he talked about that in his book, Finding Ultra, I remember. And it was some genetic weird construction of one of his bones. He went to a chiropractor and got that sorted out, or at least improved. I don't know if he can fix it completely. I mean, yeah. Oh, veganism debunked. A guy in his late 40s and mid 50s has some back pain. Yep, that never happens to non-vegans. So stupid. All right. Mike the Vegan's tall? Really? God, I don't remember being that tall. I guess for me, for someone to make an impression of being tall, they got to be pretty tall. I guess he's at least 6 feet, huh? I'm guessing maybe 6'1" or something. Yeah, I guess he's not short. Yeah, I'm just kind of visualizing hanging out with Mike. I don't remember him being that short. So he's probably about a 6-footer. Thanks, Peter. Thanks for making it gone. Yeah, and he's been indicted too. Twice now. Maybe a third time once Georgia gets their thing together. Okay, he was taller than you, and you're almost 6 feet. Oh, I forget about that, Sarah. Well, you're probably very striking, huh? 6 foot, nearly 6 feet, short buzz, well, now long, 1 inch hair. I'm sure you're pretty striking visually. I've only done Veg Fest out here, Tina. We haven't done any East Coast vegan traveling, sad to say. And I don't see anything happening anytime soon for us, just because I've mentioned time and time again, we're lacking a pet sitter right now. Andrew, yeah, I handle all the drum stuff. Yeah, so that involves, MIDI programming or editing drums of some kind. Yeah, I don't really like doing that, to be honest with you, Andrew. It's never been my thing I like. I know guys who really love that. That's their thing, I do it, I do it okay. There's guys that are better than me at that, but I just kind of get it done and get a nice feeling groove going on and, kind of loop it through most of the song, then go back over it later, add some fills and stuff like that, cymbal crashes and stuff like that. But I don't really want to spend like all my time like just tweaking the drums out forever. And that's cool. I appreciate when you hear people that do that, go, wow, that guy really has a lot of time to tweak the drums. Amazon woman. I didn't mean that, Sarah. I just mean striking, tall, short hair. Well, AJ, and you're 5 foot. Wow. So we have nearly 6 foot Sarah and 5 foot AJ. Wow. Andrew, you relate. I know. I hate programming drums as well. It's so tedious, especially not being a drummer myself. I mean, I can drum. I would never call myself a drummer. It's just a lot of time, I'd rather spend that time tweaking other stuff. Like I said, I get the drums to a point where I feel they're good enough, And if I had someone else to collaborate with, I had a buddy, hey, you want to come here and tweak the drums out for me for another few hours or a day, have at it. But I'd rather just move on to something else. So I get the drums so they just sound good, and I'm just trying to blend everything together, just all the production to sound really good in this holistic kind of cohesive thing. What, Peter? Are you serious? Russell Brand said that the insurrection of our Capitol building here in January 6th was a bunch of paid actors by Democrats. Are you serious? I mean, the people that were convicted and prosecuted were known non-Democrats. Like one was like on the I forgot. I think it was West Virginia's state government, a Republican. Other people, this is ridiculous. Russell Brand said that. I started losing respect for that guy a while ago. If he said that, I have zero respect for Russell Brand. Anyway, Graham, I'm aware of Tame Impala. Not really listen too much of his stuff, but a little bit I've heard I like. It is a dude, right? Just one guy. Ryan, I need the boogie bugs like Joe's apartment. What is that? What are boogie bugs and what is Joe's apartment? Uncle, how many tracks? Well, in the old days, there were tape machines which had either 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 tracks, No, it's not like that anymore. Now it's, there are still some rare studios that use tape for weird artists that really have this thing for tape. And that's cool. I'm not bagging on it, but it's really expensive to maintain a tape machine and purchase 2-inch tape, super expensive. No, now it's just pretty much 99% of music is produced in computers. No more than that. I would say 99.8% of music is produced in computers, where the tracks are virtually unlimited, limited only by the power of your computer. That's why when Apple released the Mac Studio Ultra last year, a little over a year ago, I jumped on it. That's what I want. I want something where I didn't even have to worry that much about computer power. I can add all the tracks, all the plugins, all the processing I want. It's like, it doesn't matter. That's what it's kind of like now if you get a really good computer. Yeah, Graham, they're still arresting January 6 rioters. They're definitely real people getting real prison sentences. Yeah, real. What does Russell Brand say to these people of the January 6 rioters who are supposedly paid actors? Since when do paid actors serve prison terms and spend time in jail pre-trial? It's just crazy nonsense, far-right talking points. Joe's Apartment is an old 90s movie, huh? Wow, I don't remember. Was it like an indie underground movie? Because that's what I was kind of into back then. Or was it a more popular one? Because I kind of heard of the popular ones, seen ads on TV and stuff, but didn't see too many of them. And I kind of was more into the underground, so I'll check that out. And Astral says good night. Good night, Astral, if you're still with us. Eric's... I believe, I used to like Russell Brand too, but I really need to see Russell Brand really say. I've heard him just go nuts over the past, like, say 3-4 plus years. I trust what Peter says here. Peter doesn't give me bogus information, and what Peter said there about that seems absolutely right on track. Consistent with the path of weird, just wacky conspiracy theories that Russell's been promoting and espousing for the past several years. But I used to like him for a while too, back maybe like 2015, 16, something like that, maybe 17, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a weird flick. Okay. Hey babe, what? Ever heard of a 90s movie called Joe's Apartment? A 90s band? A movie. Okay, Angie hasn't seen it either, I don't think.
I wonder what happens in Joe's Apartment.
They say it's a weird movie. What's that, Fulmar? What's that, Tina? Everyone, have a great night past 11 p.m. Well, thanks for joining us, Tina. And just to let you know, we do this every Friday evening. We start... whatever time it is right now, Tina, rewind 2 hours and 15 minutes. So right now it's 8:15 on the Pacific Coast. So 2 hours, 15 minutes ago would be 6 o'clock. So that's what we do. Is every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're East Coast, that would be 9 o'clock. Or you do the math, but we do this all the time. So hopefully we'll see you more in the future, Tina. And thanks for buying the book. And let us know if you want Angie to sign it. If you want me to sign it, we'll gladly do that, and we'll get that out to you early next week, Tina. Priority mail. You should have it before the next live stream, hopefully. Don't want to, cross my fingers. Don't want to, say what the U.S. Postal Service is going to do for sure. Yeah, I heard about the Game Changer sequel. Yeah, I think when you guys told me last week, then I saw someone mention it the next day when I was on Facebook. Fuller Music. I am the most powerful being in the universe. I'm glad you're here with us then, because we need your power on our side. And I want you to have it too. If I was a deity, I would make Facebook's accounts to mess with mofos. Andrew says, Ryan, I just recently tried a wound third string for your G string. Yeah, usually those are not wound. Usually just the E, A, and D are wound. And the G strings flat. You try to wound third string for your G string on your Strat, and you're never going back. It makes it sound so good. Not sure if I ever had issues with my Strats. The G strings are fine. How does it affect tone? Does it sound different or anything? I just can't imagine what that'd be like. I'd like to check that out. Maybe it's really cool. Yeah, we got rid of that imposter just like that, AJ. I just saw it before most of you guys even saw it. Hopefully. Let's see. Any more questions? Please sign it. Okay, Tina, we will sign your book. I'll remember. I think I just took stuff to the post office yesterday, so we had nothing in the queue. So yeah, yours is the first new thing I'll remember. The first new book. Tina, new viewer, we'll sign your book. And come back. Please come back anytime. Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, it would be that 9 Pacific, wherever you're at. We are here. All of us are here. And we have a lot of fun. Hopefully you had fun with us tonight. Okay, they haven't made a plot for the new Game Changers. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's his movie, James Lightning Wilkes. Jesse, that's some musician humor there, Jesse. Sarah, that's what Sarah was thinking too. Yeah, it refers to the musical note. There's a string. When opened, unplucked, is this note of D. I'm sorry, G. Yeah, there's E on guitar. E, A, D, G, B, E. I must have quality strats. Well, again, if you want to buy my John Mayer one, I'm thinking about selling. Yeah, my G's always. Ooh, I can't play guitar sitting cross-legged. Gotta warm up. Anyway. We have a troll? I thought we banned the troll, didn't we? Anyway, I'll take a rapid round of questions here. Then we'll call this one a night. We'll send this live stream into the history books. So if we have any questions here, we'll take a look here. Let's see. What do you guys ask? Let me kind of read back here. Cool, Tina. I hope you'll be back. Sarah, I'm glad you are letting us know you're a pervert. just joking. Let's see. When did I learn to play guitar, Josh? Like second grade or something like that. So I've been playing most of my life, basically. Favorite cookie? Sometimes from Sprouts, Angie will get us the this chocolate chip vegan cookie from Sprouts. It's really, really good. Especially they make it there too. It's not like something in a package. It's like in a box that from their little kitchen there, whatever. Really fresh sometimes. Those are my favorite ones. Let's see, Allison. Do I know the song Air on the G String? No, I'm not aware of that song. It's a great musical piece. You're obsessed with oatmeal cookies. Yeah, I remember Uncle Eddie's oatmeal cookies. I was obsessed with them a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago or something. I think I liked them before I even went vegan. Vian Moyman. No, I don't know any of their tunes, unfortunately. VLAM, the soft cookie spot Enjoy Live is like crack for you. Awesome. Yeah, we have a band called Love Spirals. It just looks up Love Spirals. We're on Spotify, Apple Music. It's all one word though. Love Spirals, all one word. We're on all the things. Any streaming music service. You can find our stuff on YouTube, Bandcamp. We're out there. So yeah, if you want to check out our music, Josh, yeah, that's really my life's lifelong passion. Veganism's kind of a new one for me. I've only been vegan for 12 and a half years. And loves Easy Tears. Yeah, I should play some Cocteau Twins for Sarah. Let's see if I have any ones. I haven't jammed any Cocteau Twins lately. I was gonna jam one off the Harold Budd album, Moon and the Melodies, but I'm afraid I'm gonna screw it up. Wow, Jerry Garcia worked with Vian Moyman. Wow, that sounds. My ears need to hear that. That sounds rad. Uncle, no tours. No. I've never even. It was like a hardcore musician in the 90s. No, I really didn't like touring. Touring's really expensive. I mean, it's kind of almost at our level. If you break even, that's cool. If you're a huge band, you can make a lot of money. But it's just it's a lot. It's a grind, especially now being older and stuff. Need hotels and stuff like that. I can't sleep on people's floors and couches as easily. But I'm a studio musician. That's always been my thing. I like to have all my stuff here and just craft out as cool of a tune I can. And I don't have a band. So when you go live, you have to make all these weird compromises. I don't have drummers and background singers and backup guitarists and keyboard players. So it's always kind of tough to do. Yeah, Angie has a great singing voice. Yeah, I'm very lucky. because I have a horrible singing voice if I was dependent just on myself for singing. What's that? Oh, Trader Joe's has a super sweet snickerdoodle cookie that's vegan. Huh, I don't think I've ever had that one before. Let's see. Jana wants to know, are they soft, chewy? Let's see. Would you do a members only Love Spirals concert? Wow, you're really up in the ante there, AJ. Oh man, I'll think about that. Still would be a lot of work. That's still all the technical things I'd have to figure out. I'd still have to figure out. I mean, my solution in the past with like in the 90s with Love Spirals downwards is something I'll still do in nowadays. Just okay, forget trying to recreate the song live, you know, with all the great production and tons of instrument layers. It's like, no, just play it on acoustic guitar. Yeah, that's how I figure. If you have a good song, you should just be able to play it, you know, with an acoustic guitar and a voice, or a piano and a voice. So since I'm more of a guitar player than a keyboardist, yeah, acoustic guitar. But yeah, you guys have some good questions. Any more questions before I get going here? Yeah, acoustic. Okay, you're talking about acoustically. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can play our songs acoustically. I jam them out. Let's see. Oh, I'm starting to play the lead part in my head. I'm not warmed up. Something just feels weird tonight. I don't know what it is. Probably because I haven't practiced. Oh well. Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, that sucked. It's actually, you know why I played on electric guitar. It's way harder on acoustic, I guess, because the action's a little bit higher. Let me just try it one more time on a Strat. I still screwed up. Yeah, a little easier on electric guitar. It's funner on the acoustic guitar though, but oh well, I need to practice more. Bill, were you watching basketball by any chance? Is that what brought you here, Bill? You crashed and burned us into Tangerine Dream. Wow, I haven't heard Tangerine Dream mentioned in ages. Wow. Yeah, that's the tune I was playing. It was called Caught in the Groove. It's the opening track from our third album, Long Way From Home. Let's see, Allison. Yeah, those are the main tempos there. Like, yeah, 4/4, 3/4, and 3/8 or 6/8. Yeah, that's pretty much encompasses all like pop music for the most part. I mean, there's a few weird exceptions. Some songs have weird time signatures, like let's see, like Money from Pink Floyd. Those are the exceptions, though. Let's see. Bodhi and Jojo are doing good, Uncle. Hey Taylor, how's it going? I haven't seen Taylor for a while. That's not a mood, Taylor. I follow. I see you all the time on Instagram, but I rarely comment on people's Instagrams. I keeping up with you there, Taylor. Did you? I'm sure you guys, it's already over. You guys came out for Natural Products Expo West here. Too bad weren't able to hook up or anything like that. But man, maybe next year we'll go. I just wasn't ready quite then to go into a place with a lot of people. But probably safe there, right? It's high ceilings and everything. I was probably just being paranoid. Yeah, Eno's awesome. My favorite Eno albums are the ones where he collaborated with Harold Budd. Check them out. Plateau of Mirror and God, what's the other one called? God, I feel like I'm slipping now. Anyway, yeah, Peter, I know there's resources like that. I was just afraid, a stranger. That's the thing. A stranger kind of like, I have all my music gear here and stuff. I want someone that I can trust. I think I told you, if push comes to shove, I have a neighbor who kind of owes me. We used to like feed her cat when she went on trips like 15 years ago. She still lives there a couple doors down. So I might be able to get her to help us out if I really need to. I just don't want to pull that card yet. All right, Chris, thanks for staying with us all this time. I'm going to be going in a second too, so you're not missing anything leaving right now. So Peter's saying they do background checks and criminal record checks. Well, that's cool to instill some extra confidence. Let's see. Wow. The Traveling Wilburys are still together, Sarah? Like, gosh, like, wow, like they're all, who's still alive? Just like Jeff Lynne? Like, wow. I'm kind of mind blown. I just realized pretty much they've all passed. Wow. That's cool, Allison. Public schools had music programs. Yeah, we had that too back when I was a child in the 70s. You started playing violin in grade 5 and started flute in grade 6. I don't know if that happens anymore, but yeah, there's a lot of music in our elementary schools back in the olden days. I'm an all right musician when I'm fully ready to play, But you guys can tell I can play. Just I'm making dumb little mistakes. You can tell I got the tone and technique. I'm just not connecting things all that well. But that's what happens when you haven't played for like a few weeks. I haven't really played, like I said, much lately. I've been producing and mastering. I haven't really been touching too many instruments. All right, guys, everyone's bailing up. I should get going soon too. Figure out some kind of eating plan with Angie and send you guys all off into your evenings here. Let me see if there's anything I want to mention before I go. If you want to ask a last second question, now's a great time. I'm just trying to remember if there's something I wanted to share with you guys, because there usually is news and stuff. Let me see. I guess not. Iced tea of lemonade? What is that, Allison? All right, yeah, AJ's got it right. Thanks, cult leader. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being with me again. I really appreciate you guys staying with me like 2.5 hours or so. That's just totally awesome. Blows my mind, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It, really, I appreciate it big time. So thank you so much, guys. So look forward to another live stream next week on Friday, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And there's more anti-vegan nonsense to debunk, so much so I really have to figure out which ones I'm going to go for, It's I'm thinking about, I know the one I was talking about earlier, this one here, I'm not even sure if I even need to watch the video. I think we discussed how stupid this thumbnail is so thoroughly. I might try to see if I can just edit out what I said earlier and put that together as some kind of response to this stupid thumbnail. But anyway, maybe I will respond to the video as well. And Peter has sent me some more. That's what Peter sent me too. So there's a lot of stuff out there. Angie found me another Why I'm No Longer Vegan lady. It's because she read a book by an anti-vegan and stopped being vegan. There's so much stuff to go for. So I really have to pick and choose wisely, best use of my time. So anyway, guys, look forward to at least one, maybe 2 more anti-vegan nonsense debunkings next week. And in addition to our usual live stream. And if you haven't watched, Angie, for all our members here, Angie released a members-only day in the life vlog, 2 boring 50-year-olds at home for a day, basically. So you can watch that. If you want to become a channel member, click down in the show description. There's a link to that, or hit next to the subscribe button. There's a join button. But yeah, we'd love to have you. We have these special videos that only the channel members can see, unless you watch when we video premiere it. Then you can watch without being a member, because we can't do a premiere otherwise. So anyway, yeah, that's it, guys. And much love to everyone. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Peter, for all your tireless moderation work. I totally rely upon you guys. I don't know how to do it without you guys. Thanks so much for blocking the constant flow of trolls. Thank you so much, guys. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go join forces now with my beautiful and talented wife, and I'll see you guys shortly. So remember, till next time, guys, it doesn't suck being vegan. I lost my button. Here it is. All right, guys, peace out.